Hello, and
Hello.
welcome back to The ElderRoles, where a bunch of online friends play a lovely homebrew game of Elder Scrolls based Dungeons and Dragons. I am the host of the channel, Shade, also known as Plague Dr. Shade. In here with us, as usual, is the lovely, beautiful, the very terrifying, menacing, astonishing co-host and dungeon master Soul Angel.
Oh, you could have stopped at terrifying. I would have liked that. Hi, guys. I do apologize for my voice being rough. I am getting over the flu. You'll occasionally hear me cough, like I'm about to right now. Please take it so I can mute myself and cough.
As unfortunate as that is,
Okay, there we go.
we do also have another unfortunate announcement. Due to IRL issues, our lovely player Nox, or Glarior, will not be showing up for at least a couple hours due to, like I said, in real life issues. So hopefully we will see him sooner than later, but that's just hoping.
I killed him.
Why? Why would you do this?
Oh, I don't know. Sound like fun at the time.
What
Can I
the
have
fuck?
peace?
Is couples
Sure.
going out together?
Yeah.
Anyway, couple of announcements, the usuals as you go. This is a reminder to chat and those who are watching on the VOD that this is a mature Dungeons and Dragons game. This game will include depictions of adult themes such as drug and alcohol use, sexual themes, psychological torments, gore, body horror, etc. The Dungeon Master will often, but not always, put up a warning before such events occur. Keep this in mind if you continue to watch. Second, this is also another reminder to chat and to the lovely algorithm at Twitch and YouTube even, that this is the music, rather, that we use for this game. We do not own, nor do we have control over. We are using it as supposition for the main content, which is the game. Soul, if you would like to talk about just briefly the types of music that you choose for this game.
I do use stuff from tabletopaudio.com. That is royalty free. Please check them out. But on the copywritten side, I have stuff from Elder Scrolls games, from Skyrim, Oblivion, and Morrowind. I also have stuff from God of War Ragnarok. Thank you, Santa Monica Studios. Please go check that game out. Pretty good series of games. I also have some combat music from Darkest Dungeon. And I also have some music from Larian Studios, namely from Baldur's Gate 3 and Divinity Original Sin 2, which is a fantastic game. So, that is what we have. We are using it as only background music. So that means we are using it under fair use rules. We are not making it the main focus of this stream. The main focus of this stream is the lovely players and the mean shit I do to them. Thank you very much. Shade?
Yes, thank you. That's that. So, yeah, enjoy that while we act like a bunch of idiots. Number 3 and last, we are playing in a Discord server. As you can probably guess, Fujitech is what we use for these sprites that were made by Nox, one of our artists. And that Discord server is called the Esper Discord server, a Discord server owned by Soul that's going to be based off of a game, lovely tabletop game, that she's making based off of Elder Scrolls. Soul, would you like to talk about that briefly?
Esper is a free-form 2D20 initiative gridless combat system tabletop role-playing game that is purely based off of Elder Scrolls, and I've had testimonies from Shade and a couple of my other testers is that it feels very much like Elder Scrolls and how Elder Scrolls tends to let you play. If you are in, we are going into beta test now. I am currently writing the book for beta test, give or take a couple days, because I was recovering from the flu. So if you're interested in checking out what we have going, once I finish the beta test books, they will be put up on the server for you guys to test, like, have at and test and leave feedback on features and whatnot. So please come join us. And even if you aren't interested in Esper, you just come hang out with me and my players. I run 3 Dungeons and Dragons games, and sometimes I do end up looking for new players. Not right now, though, because my games are full. But if you're ever interested in, like, running your own game or in a nice environment, come join us on Esper. I will gladly make space for you and your game.
Mm-hmm. Can attest that it is a pretty good system. It's coming together nicely. And if you also just want to come talk to us, ask us some questions that you're curious about, like our characters or whatever, feel free. As long as the other players are okay with that. Anyway, that's it for the announcements. Sol, do you have anything you want to add?
I apologize for my voice tonight. It is going to be a little bit on the rougher side, and it'll gradually get rougher, but at least I'm coherent and I'm not running fevers anymore. So that's always a positive. Other than that, I have nothing else I wish to add. By the way, Shade, somebody in chat said the link no work.
Let me take a look-see here. I will do
It might be an expired link. You might have to renew it.
Might be, yeah. Let me just do this.
Expired link.
That happens. You know, Discord sometimes just doesn't like us.
Yeah, it be like that
Right.
sometimes. Makani Lupa, let me know if that works for you.
If that doesn't know. Okay, good.
Excellent, thank you.
Because I was generating a link just in case.
Awesome, link works, so we're good to go.
Don't forget to refresh the pinned message.
I did.
Okay. Okay, with that being said, no problems fixed. Are we ready to begin?
Yes.
Yup.
Oh boy. Today is gonna be a fun one. So
Yay.
last we left off, the party, minus Caldrun, left the prisons to retrieve the True Resurrection Scroll in order to revive Sorcerer King Orgnum. The party was then quickly joined by Vasha, a knight paladin of the Sorcerer King himself, in order to babysit them. To no one's surprise, they did not get along with her, and she clearly didn't like them. And the entire trip south to the South Island, she was sassing and verbally assaulting the party with the help of a few citizens of Pandonia that the party passed. After some shopping in Baga, with women crossing the street and clutching their purses at the sight of Thribi, the party made their way to the docks and south of the continent, where they were taken straight to the cove with a haunted ship by a southern-sounding Malmer. A truly haunted ship that this was. It was filled with wisps and wisp mothers and a creepy dead captain puking up blood and running along the ceiling of the bottom deck. Without any knowledge of what caused the captain to be like this or how the bottom deck of the ship was filled with blood, the party fought their way through and retrieved the Black Soul Gem and the Scroll of True Resurrection. And then they quickly left the place because nobody wants to be there and made their way back to Waiga. There, the Regent Randaril brought back King Orgnum, who just casually stretched and sat on the throne and began grilling the group like a fucking badass. The Elder Scroll was taken from Glarier to check on the validity of their claims, much to Glarier's distaste, and it was revealed Caldrun's choices did in fact affect his son, Irios. Irios had been imprisoned and now stood before the party, awaiting to watch his father's trial. And this is where we pick up as the trial of Caldrun. The traitor anchorite begins. Orgnum sits back in his throne. Caldrun, please stand before all of your kin and answer for your crimes.
Caldrun stands forward.
First things first, we must settle what it is you're being accused of. You're being accused of my murder. Do you deny these allegations?
I do not.
Good. My first question to you is a simple one, with possibly a complex answer. Why? And I don't want a cop-out answer of Manamarco ordered you. I already know he hates me.
Okay.
Why betray your people?
Possibility to raise above what had been decided for me already. Regular sailor. Zilnir has a way with words. I was beguiled by what he could offer that I didn't stop to think what I should have done.
You didn't stop and think at all, from what it sounds like. Manamarco doesn't see himself equal to anyone, other than one other person. And it is not his pet, Silenir. If you truly thought that you could rise above just by doing what that necromancer tells you to do, you were sorely mistaken. Look how easily you were thrown away. You clearly were, because you're not currently under Manamarco's thumb. Why don't you go into detail about that? You clearly are working against him. What was the moment that he tossed you aside? Tell me about it.
Well, I can't confirm where exactly he tossed me aside. It's probably as soon as you lie dead, they didn't have any more need of me.
And what of your associate? The one who had helped you attempt to kill me?
My mind's a little scrambled from having my memories erased after your death. I don't remember him helping me.
Regent? You're the one that led the chase, found my body? Yes, I am. Pardon me. This is gonna happen every once in a while. Clear out the mucus. There was a Breton with him. Attempted to kill me as well. Likely to destabilize our entire glorious nation. I am proud to say that the Breton had failed and had to flee, leaving this one behind. I'm more curious as to how you got away, Caldrun.
All I remember was waking up, washed up along the sort of coast of Dawnstar, and eventually making my way to the mill of Skyrim. I don't remember how I got away, or how I even survived.
Randerville, could you elaborate on what you saw on your end as far as how he got away? All I know is that he managed to find one of the secret passages in the underside of the palace. When I chased him down there, there were scorch marks left in the underpassages. Likely a pre-set up teleportation ritual or whatnot. Some sort of magic. I couldn't discern it because the way it was cast erased most of the evidence.
Could Alira and I roll an Arcana check if that sounds familiar?
Sure. Alira with a 25 is just enough. You briefly heard Gerard talk about this in a few conversations with him back before the campaign began. Is that there are ways to store spells for later use. Store spells in such a way that it could be almost untraceable if needed be. It is possible that this was a preloaded teleportation spell. And with that very same roll, it is entirely possible that what you know about Caldrun is that he is not a high-end spellcaster, and all teleportation is high-end. So it is possible Silanir gave him a way out. But that way out also did some things, additional things. And it's possible that that teleportation may have also blanked his memory and dropped him into the Sea of Ghosts.
Oh, shit.
Multi-spell.
No.
Alira looks up suddenly at the mention of this. Her face kind of thinking.
Thank you, Randaril. I do appreciate your insight on this situation. Manamarco was always a master of different types of spells and manipulation of magicka. We did come from the same place after all. He looks to Caldrun. Does any of that ring a bell? I'm assuming by your silence, no.
No, it doesn't.
It is interesting. Seems Manamarco's spellcraft has indeed grown since he left the Sijic Order. He's able to weave dark magic in a variety of ways that no one could have ever expected. It's almost a shame I can't steal that knowledge from him. Make a fool of him. But hard to make a fool of a Daedric prince now, isn't it? What did that pet of Manamarco tell you to convince you to kill me?
Okay, really quickly, off character. Did you have anything lined up to...
Nope.
Okay.
This is all on you.
God.
This is for you to enrich your background.
I knew this was gonna come back and bite me in the ass.
Points and laughs.
Everybody point and laugh. Ha ha.
The whole fucking crowd just laughs at me. He offered me my own ship, my own place to take my family away. A higher status among people. And now I'm like this.
I can sense faint magic on you. A little bit of illusion magic. Are you really bought so easily? A ship for the life of one of the most powerful mages in all of Nirn.
It wasn't just a ship, it was money, land, a higher status, almost nobility, better life for my child. Look at where that got him.
And instead chose to kill me rather than come to me. This plot. Your silence says everything.
I also have a bit of a scrambled brain from whatever happened after I killed you. I can't remember some things well. I don't remember why I didn't come to you. Though Silnir, after I've met him after all this, did threaten my child and wife. To me, he did it before.
Neat. His eyes do connect to Randoril, who seems to be like casting message at him every now and then. Then looks back to you. From what I understand, your marriage has been cold. You two have fallen out of love.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that I can't stop taking care of my son's mother.
How noble of you. Loyalty to your family, but not your king. I wonder what your son has to say on all of this. Your admission. That you were willing to betray for status among the Altmer. Any motions to Randorel?
Oh god, am I gonna have to be my own child?
No, I'm gonna be your child.
Okay. Okay, good luck.
Daddy?
God, imagine.
Oh, damn.
I just got the. I just had fucking.
Fucking whiplash, Jesus Christ.
God. I just like fucking switch backwards.
Oh my orgnum, what the fuck, man?
Never mind, take the child.
Never mind, take the child! And Randorel does go over and takes the gag off your son's mouth. Speak, child. Why don't you look your father in the eyes and tell him what you think of his betrayal? And you can see grief on your son's face. Arios just lets his eyes fall downcast and then looks to you. You should have told me, Dad. Why didn't you say anything? I've known for a long time that you and Mom were not as close as you used to be, but to kill our king for Altmer? Our sworn enemies? Did you even think of what it would do to me at the time?
But a couch. Yeah, a fucking loss for words. We can see tears like start streaming down his fucking face as he looks down.
You could see Arios is also crying a little bit too. He has tears dripping down his face. You should have told us about that Altmer. I knew you were going to see a friend, but I didn't think it was some Altmer. If it's any consolation, Grandmother and Mom don't know.
Don't know?
Yeah, they don't know what you did. I had to find out everything there from the Regent's point of view while in prison for your crime. Do you have any idea how much it hurt to find out you betrayed us? And now to find out it's for money and status in a country we don't even belong to and hates us? It's gonna take a long time for me to get your trust back. I mean, get my trust back, Dad. Words. Shake it out verbally. Orgnum watches for a moment, then looks to you, Caldrun. You were correct about one thing. Your decision did affect your family. In more ways than us taking your son prisoner. You damaged the relationship with your people and your child. For Manamarco. You may have remorse for what you did for the sake of your son, which is noble in itself. But you should have remorse for yourself. Because that is the one thing that toes the line between us, Tamrielans, and especially Manamarco. He just basically said that Tamrielans have no sense of remorse. I hope you guys enjoy that.
Tiny misses it. It goes over his head.
Whee!
Whee! Oh, go catch it!
Oh, look, it's the plate! And it's gone. Do you have any remorse for yourself now? Lies that you fell for. Because you truly thought the hand of Queen Aeren was really going to give a Malmer all these treats.
I don't feel remorse for idiots, and it seems to be, I am one. I failed my family, I failed myself, I failed this country. And the little bit of magic you can feel from me is because I have magic of May Marco on me, or Cylinir, whoever makes fucking revenants. I am a revenant. I was an anchorite. I have a tattoo on my back that if I could reach it and scratch it, I can kill myself. So no,
Is
I
it
don't
so?
feel any remorse for myself. Because I'm a fucking idiot.
Well, I will not deny you that. You truly are an idiot. He's gonna stand up from his throne. You know, I'm goddamn idiot. This is why I should not work on things directly after being sick, because I think I made Orignum's sheet in the wrong server.
Ah.
Because I'm pretty sure he has legend lore. I gave him legend lore.
You're the DM. You can just say it's true.
Yeah, it's true. But, like, what revenants are is not something he's going to directly know. He has to cast magic for that. So I am going to use a fucking spell. He is
Yippee!
going to stand up And he is going to cast Legend Lore, based upon what you said about revenants. And you guys can feel the pressure of this magic in the room. He's casting very powerful magic.
We all get to hear it also, like when your phone calls on speaker.
No.
No, specifically
He is
it's the
just-
JBL speaker.
He's eyes are closed, and he seems to be letting the magicka dance down his arms. And then he closes his fists, and his eyes do glow very briefly as he absorbs the knowledge. Very interesting indeed. Now I have some information. Revenant. You are not dead. Which is shocking, given this is Manamarco. It seems his main domain is not on death, but profane magic. You are a creature of profane magic. Reshaped in a manner only a god can. What you are now, you are forever, and you better hope you do not die. Which means you better start groveling for your life, because if I do kill you, you're going to Manamarco. And he'll be less kind than I am. Especially if what your friends say is true about all of this prophecy. His eyes do look to you, Taliesin. You seem to speak for you and your friends, Imperial.
He is, he doesn't realize it yet till he's being spoken to, that he is glaring hard at Caldrun, before he turns to look at Orgnum, like shakes his head, then nods. That is what I have mostly done, yes. I have been the speaker for this group for quite a while now.
Then explain to me why you are in Pandonia. Why you, an Imperial of all creatures, deign to set foot in my land.
Well, surely that you will, whoever's reading your scroll, or rather our scroll, at the moment, is going to see that our claim holds true, but from my mouth, to kind of...
He holds up a hand for a moment. You seem to misunderstand how Elder Scrolls work. They do not tell the whole story. Elder Scrolls show images, visions in broken allegory.
Oh, trust me when I say this, Your Highness, it wasn't just merely the Elder Scrolls that we found that have had this written in the stones. It's been all across many different places, including Ayleid ruins. It's quite disturbing, to say the least, but true. But that's not the point. We were here for two reasons. One, because the main reason was to kill a Slode that might be causing you issues. And two, because that one right there, your murderer, said himself that he wished to make amends.
He looks to Caldrun. Is this true?
Yes, it is true. I wish to make up in
I
any
want-
way.
I want you to make a deception or persuasion check
Me or
based
Caldrun?
upon whether that is true. Yeah, Caldrun. Whether that
Excellent.
is true.
Yippee!
You have
Yeah.
a decent
For
five,
his son! It's gonna be
Yay.
that one!
No.
Oh,
Negative.
Hey!
Gotta keep that -2 into account there.
Yeah.
14.
damn you.
Still above a 10. Good.
Yeah, -2 is his
Give
reputation.
me a hot yeah. Give me a hot sec because I do at least remember Orknum's stats. I just constantly spell his name wrong.
Meme.
Yeah. Yeah, his name is fun to spell. When you have 16 things going on at once in the background, it becomes very fun. I promise.
The DM telling us we should all send whisper messages and increase the number of things in the background.
You do that, then I'm giving you disadvantage on your next roll.
No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that.
Oh.
That was actually a very low roll.
Yeah.
Dab.
I don't have his CR set properly, so he's technically a CR 21.
I thought it was gonna be CR 26.
No.
CR 69.
He's like in my book when I create creatures 26 and higher is considered gods.
Hmm.
So technically CR 24 and higher is gods. So he's on the high end for mortals. So that's actually, he does have proficiency in that, so it is a +5 on that. So yeah, +5 more.
Oh, man. I am so sore from the big sleep.
Alright.
You realize I'm the one you have to persuade. Correct, Caldrun?
Correct.
Good. Don't forget that.
If I may add on, Your Highness.
So be it.
As you are probably quite aware, Caldrun, even in our time of knowing each other very early on, mostly spoke through action rather than through his words. The fact that we showed up on your doorstep to deliver him to you, the fact that he insisted on not wanting us, as in all of us, and he does a hand motion to the rest of the group and himself, to get hurt, and that if he was the one to die, that we would be fine. The fact that he would do that to sacrifice himself just to make amends with the Malma should speak volumes, should it not?
It should.
And
But are you aware? I am sure, given you were found here in Wega, you are very well aware of how high the bounty on Caldrun's head is. And I want your honesty. Was it the desire for him to turn himself in, or you to turn him in for the money?
We discussed this before we came into port. The idea of having funds to better prepare ourselves, especially with the prices going up in Tamriel, did cross our minds, especially since we weren't under the best of influences telling us to do so, considering all the bloody signs of his face around with that bounty on his head. But we did come to a decision that it would be Caldrun's choice and Caldrun's choice alone. We just had to make it convincing enough to actually get you to take us to you directly, or rather your emotions over to, what's his name? Randaril.
What he says is true, my lord. I found the guard found him in the alley, surrounded by these ones. I had been told magic was briefly sensed before they came around the corner.
And Tal's nods agreeing with that. Correct? Like I said, we had to make it convincing.
So you did it for the money. Were you going to break him out after getting the money?
No. We were here to do as I just said. We're here to kill a Slode. We're here to try and make amends with the Malma. And we did by bringing you back to life. We kept our end of the bargain.
You brought me back to life because your friend's head was on the chopping block.
Let me ask you this, Your Highness. Indulge intellect to an intellect. What you do by killing Caldrun is you do justice and vindication for what was done to you. A grave crime. Something similar to the Emperor of Cyrodiil getting killed by someone like myself. It makes sense, right? But you now know what a revenant is.
Yes.
Right. You now know what a revenant is. Wouldn't that do you a great disservice if you were to execute Caldrun, send him straight back to Manamarco as the perfect tool? Because he probably won't have his memories again if you do that.
From what I gathered through that spell, that's not how revenancy works. It is Caldrun's memories being wiped away is completely separate from his revenancy.
Excuse me. But even then, you send him back to the person, the very same person that did wipe his memories. What's to prevent him from doing so again?
That would be entirely up to Silenir, now wouldn't it?
Or, better yet, Manamarco, since you would be sending Caldrun's to the Necromancer's moon directly upon his death.
It's more than likely that Manamarco will be upset with Silenir. Because Silenir facilitated Caldrun to be the way he is now by taking away his memory. Had he not done that, Caldrun would still likely be on Manamarco's side, correct?
He looks at Caldrun for a moment, and then back to Orgnum. I don't know.
Correct, Caldrun.
I don't know. I don't want to join him now. I don't know.
Think of it this way. Had the other spells not been weaved into your teleportation spell, and you made it away, scot-free, so to say, as Tamrielans say, got back to Silenir, reported the job done, you would have been rewarded as you so wished. You would still be on his side, because you would have gotten everything you wanted. Correct?
Correct. But that hasn't happened now. I'm like this.
No, it has not happened. Because you were stabbed in the back by that pathetic hand of Queen Aeren. Whether out of jealousy or concern, who knows?
The way
Everything that I have learned about Silenir Malleus through my network of spies and Altmeri pirates is that he is easily jealous. He doesn't like a challenge to his status quo. And Caldrun taking out one of Manamarco's oldest enemies, all the way back to Aldmeris, would have definitely gotten Manamarco's eye. And everything I know about Manamarco and his little network, his little friends, is that the only reason he hasn't done it to his real right hand, Manamarco's real right hand, is fear for his own life.
Considering he is vastly more powerful, you would be right.
Silenir plays his little games. Plays the noble, plays the loyal subject, even to Manamarco. But he is nowhere near on equal level to Manamarco. He will never be seen as an equal to Manamarco. He is just a warm body to Manamarco.
As are all the anchorites, Your Highness. Though they each
One of
saw...
them isn't.
As he gets interrupted, he grits his teeth. Right. The point being is that they all have some value to Manamarco, and once they lose that value, they are cast aside. Would it not make sense for the newest anchorite, Caldrun, to be cast aside so quickly once his job is done? From someone who is vastly more loyal, vastly closer to Manamarco than possibly even Silenir, the one that helped him kill you. And he was unaffected by this spell. Did that not cross your mind, Your Highness?
It did. With the Suspenic Merced. He has a code of conduct. Silenir does not.
And yet they are both on the same side.
In a manner of speaking. But for vastly different reasons. Silenir just wants to please Manamarco. Gain power from him. What Silenir doesn't understand is Manamarco hates the pleading and the begging. He created his little pathetic order so people can grow in power on their own, not from him.
And you recognize now, you surely should, that despite his own emotions over to Caldrun, mistakes and repercussions of his actions, that he has grown himself in power to not even be with Manamarca but to oppose him. Do you not see that this could be of benefit if he is kept alive?
I'm not stupid, I do see that.
Of course.
But I'm trying to teach you a lesson here. Is that there is dissent within Manamarco's ranks. And Silenir's at the core of it. Because Silenir doesn't like challengers. I urge you to find out more about Fennec Merced. His eyes do go to Alira.
It's a bit of a taken aback look.
One of you know where he lived. I would look into it. I think you might be quite surprised at the information you find. Where the true power below Manamarco sits. Now, Caldrun, this is your moment.
Oh.
Oh. He sits back down in his throne. Front and center, Caldrun.
Go get him.
Alright, Keltron walks forward, bows, and waits to be executed.
Firing squad.
Firing squad, pull out the Uzis!
The Dwemer Uzis.
Yeah, baby.
So how far is Caldrun from Tiny?
Tiny.
He's now pretty far. He was originally off to the side of you guys. Pardon me.
So are we like in a courtroom?
Sec.
It's like Judge Judy's courtroom.
No, seriously, like my throat is spasming right now and I'm trying so hard to not go into a coughing fit.
Oh no, take your time.
Take your time.
You all good. Ooh.
Okay. Anyways,
Main question, is Caldrun within 30 feet? Or
no.
not 30 feet? Oh, fuck.
No.
Okay, never
Because
mind.
he was originally kept apart from you guys about... This place is pretty big. This main palace room is huge. Like, the ceilings are about 120 feet up. There are, pale seafoam blue, marble pillars holding up, like, structurally holding up the entire room. The room is about 300 feet wide and 200 feet long. Currently, Caldrun is right at the base of the stairs, and you guys are flanked by his royal guard 100 to 120 feet behind Caldrun.
that's far. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Look, he might be compensating for a small dick. We don't know.
No, I
So
I
are
always
the rest of
pictured
us like?
Orgnum as asexual, so.
So are we like all grouped up, or I mean, other than Caldrun,
Yes,
of course.
but with a lot of guard around you. You have guard behind you, each and every one of you, guard flanking you guys, and like several along the sides about 10, 15 feet away, making sure you don't make many smart moves. Because even if you guys kill the guard, it will buy Orgnum enough time to kill all of you.
thank you for the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
Organ
Yeah.
dies
Anyways,
part 2.
back on to the topic at hand. Before my throat started spasming like crazy, trying to force me into a cough. Now's your turn to beg. And he motions to all the guard in his court around you and to your son for forgiveness.
Okay. Caldrun's. You. Actually, I don't remember what the emote looks like, but basically just fucking grovels in front of the king.
I think I can imagine the one you're talking
Like,
about.
are you like down on your hands and knees, head pressed to the ground, groveling?
Yes.
Like the Japanese man apologizing.
Yeah.
It's kowtow.
Cat out. But
And
not.
before you grovel, you must understand the ramifications of what you almost did. You briefly weakened Pandania against Manamarco. The reason he had me killed is because I am a threat to him. I am one of the few people that truly know him. We both came from Aldmeris. Only one other could claim the right to know him better than me. And last I checked, he's dead. So what does that tell you? You nearly destroyed Pandania. For a boat, for money, and for status among people that would never accept you. And what do you think that would have done to your son? To your wife? To your mother? Because eventually people would have found out, the nation would have found out about my death, and they would have gone for blood. And you know how we do things. The blood debt would have been to your entire family, your entire bloodline. I am the only thing holding Pandania together. We are the last true descendants of Aldmeris. Unlike those Altmer. Now you will beg for forgiveness from everyone in this room. And now the floor is yours. Beg.
Okay. Caldrun is going to just fall to his knees. Yes, I know that's bad for his knees, but fuck it. And
Crack, crack. Ah! Don't worry, Caldrun, I get it. I've been there.
fucking, I had my knee actually crack yesterday.
Mine feels like sandpaper when I bend it with my hand over the kneecap.
Yay! Alright. Caldron's going to fall to his knees. And I'm guessing he has his hands bound? Are they bound or unbound?
They are currently bound behind your back.
Okay. Caldron's going to fall to his knees. Have his forehead fall to the ground. And fucking beg for his life and his son's and his party. I am sorry to the king I once served. I'm sorry to the land I once lived. I am sorry to the family I betrayed and people I've betrayed. I'm sorry to people that I've left defenseless against May Marco. I'm sorry to my allies that I've led here. I'm sorry I am sorry for everything. I am sorry that I made this happen. I'm sorry I did not come back immediately. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do not care if I die. I don't want them to deal with what I had done. I am sorry. I'm sorry. I am sorry.
I want you to roll persuasion at advantage.
Okay. Persuasion at advantage. Oh, God.
It's still a 14. I mean, I'm also taking into account what your character is capable of. Because I know I'm not going to get like a 26 from you, like, ever. So. But 14 is pretty high for you. It's decently above average. So in a way, I'm kind of adopting a little bit of the Esper system into skill system into this. There's a degree of success. You succeed, but sort of thing.
Ah.
Randaril. Yes, my lord. Do you accept his apology? He did take you from us, my lord. In a time we needed you. To be able to keep this nation together without realizing what truly happened to you was an insurmountable task. Somehow, we managed to push past the rumors and keep it together. Keep it relatively within the palace and barely out into the streets of Wega.
You can hear Caldron faintly crying.
And there was another side effect to all of this. I understand. The scroll that was meant for your wife was used to bring me back. Your loyalty will be rewarded, Randaril. He looks to his guard, all who seem stony-faced. But Caldrun, you've heard rumors about the power of your sorcerer king.
Mm-hmm.
You've even heard, like, over drinks and on the ship, I heard he can read your mind.
Uh-huh.
You thought it a tall fishtail, haha.
Oh,
But the way his eyes are connecting to each one of his guards as he looks around the room says otherwise. It is highly possible he is capable of communicating telepathically.
oh well, actually, Caldrun probably wouldn't see it because he wanted to get out of the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then the rest of you, if you're looking at Orkdom, you can see his eyes going from person to person.
Does he read our minds also?
You don't know if he has or hasn't.
Well,
If he has, it's only been surface thoughts.
Well, you want me to whisper what Tiny was thinking the entire time?
Yeah,
I
sure.
think Wife only has surface thoughts. Tiny. As a
Yeah, Tiny probably only has surface thoughts. But why don't the rest of you, Farron, Taliesin, Alira, why don't you also message me, whisper me your character's surface thoughts during all of this?
Oh God.
Oh boy.
He's
This is gonna be
smart. He's
fun.
not going to push too deep because he doesn't want you catching on that he's capable of doing that.
Also me?
It's his. Yes, also you. He takes a breath. And as soon as he does, one of the people come back without the Elder Scroll and bow their head to him, and he motions them to approach, and they lean into his ear and whisper something. Thank you. And they back off. And now also, Alira, it does make sense why his eyes went to you when speaking about Fennec.
This bro.
This bro, he can fucking read minds, god damn it! And this insight check is on all of you.
Oh yeah.
So what's the sense of emotions from everybody as he does also insight check you?
Yo. Acceptance, guilt, sadness.
Mm-hmm.
Slight betrayal. Revelation, I suppose. A tiny bit of revulsion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Allison?
What would be the skill to try and hide that?
Deception.
Okay. Because Taliesin's...
You need to beat a... You roll it at normal. You need to beat a 22.
That's fine. Yeah, Taliesin's trying not to show his emotions, so it's kind of hard for him.
Yeah.
Hot diggity!
You managed to hide your expression and your body language from him, but your surface thoughts are not hidden.
Yeah, that's what I'm typing to you. Or I could just say it if that's easier.
No, I want it to like put it in my notes and stuff. And it's easier to copy and paste that rather than, you know how I am when it comes to typing and talking at the same time. Oh, that one was deep in the chest. Woo,
Hmm.
tasty.
I think to kind of like explain what he's doing at the very least, Talzin, you know, like the Telvanni personality where they have like the hand on their chin and they're looking down and thinking.
Oh yeah, the one that I got on Higali, yeah.
Yeah, that's currently what Talzin looks like, and the only thing that's really showing is his eyes are looking up at Caldrun, but basically his face is covered by his glove. Okay.
I think everyone sees Tiny just super worried, and especially at the mention of a blood price, it's just like, oh boy.
Yeah, this entire room is tense. That's easily for you to pick up on, Tiny. It's like the tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife.
There's tension, but then there's also the tension of like preempt for battle. So as long as it's not the preempt of like a fight breaking out, he's trying to muscle through it.
Yeah, there's no sense of a fight breaking out right now.
Okay.
It's just very tense.
He's probably, you know, fidgeting, like rocking back side to side, or like front to back, like on your feet, the front and the back. He doesn't do well in these situations. It's visible to anyone. I'm not even gonna try to hide it.
Man, Allison is really typing there.
He has big surface thoughts.
Big surface thoughts.
What happens when you have a big brain? You have 10,000 things going at once. They're all surface thoughts. Is someone gonna shout brain blast? Because that would be hilarious.
Brain blast!
Yeah,
Brain blast!
there we go.
Yeah. Allison's brain has the zoomies.
It's chasing the little red dot. Go, 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 go.
Go, 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 go.
There is also like, because he did talk, so it's kind of like he's doing a lot here.
Cough drops.
Yo, Krim, I'm so happy you rolled above a 10 on both of them.
Yeah, that's basically how I was going with Krim, because it's like, ooh, not very good at the whole charisma thing. Ooh, brother, ooh.
It's okay. Tiny joins you with a +0 for charisma.
Ooh, brother, ooh.
I know speak good, but I hit good.
I speak no good. I speak worse than you. I got -2.
God, how does everyone deal with the two of us talking to each other?
I
you
don't
guys
think
talk to each other?
I don't think we're allowed in a room alone.
Moron on moron to conversation.
It's
Well,
like there's.
I would say Caldrun's not really a moron. It's just more not really good at communicating the thoughts in his head.
One of my friends told me there's actually an NPC in Fallout. I think it's 3, that when you play with a normal intelligence to high intelligence, he sounds uncoherable. But if you have like 1 intelligence, basically sub brick, he speaks like a Shakespearean poet, and that's the only time you can hear him. And it's like, wow.
Yeah, if you had low intelligence in the original Fallout games, you would like literally not be able to speak properly. The characters would not be able to understand you.
Oh, so real.
I have been informed that this prophecy is real. My condolences.
Tell us about it.
So why are you going after a Slode? Do not get me wrong, I have no love for them. They also have loyalties to Manamarco.
We need something in order to beat Manamarco for the slow that was gifted to us by the divines.
I have noticed some of you do have items of the Aedra. And some of you items of the Daedra.
We have met a majority of them.
Is that so?
Do
What I
you
want you to do is to go and get whatever this is from the Slode that you're looking for. And bring it here. I wish to see it myself. You do that. We'll see if Caldrun lives.
It's definitely...
I'm assuming the thought about the orb is on tiny surface thoughts easily enough.
Oh yeah, and he even tries to whisper to Taliesin.
I wish to see this orb myself.
The second he says orb, Taliesin blinks.
Tiny blinks also and leans back. He's like, oh shit, he heard me.
How did you know it was an orb?
I can hear your thoughts.
Immediately glares.
This trial had been going on since the moment I woke up. Get the orb. Bring it here. And then we'll see if Caldrun lives or has another punishment. Go. You guys, including Caldrun, are escorted out of the palace.
Huh?
And with that, we're going to take a quick break. And I'll be right back.
Welcome back, TheElderRoles. Shit just got real.
Shit did get real. Also, thank you to Sentinel in chat for the pineapple juice idea.
Yeah.
My throat seems to have calmed down a little bit. Anyways. That being said, are we ready to get back into it as you're unceremoniously pushed out the door?
Is Caldrun given his belongings?
Yes.
Thank God. Does he have the necklace on? That's all I care about.
I want to preface, like, when I say unceremoniously pushed out the door, that's essentially the vibe of it. You're not necessarily pushed out the door. You're released.
Oh,
It's a turn of phrase.
Tiny did try to mimic the same bow Taliesin did before we were pushed out.
Like, again, it's a turn of phrase. You weren't pushed out,
know,
you were released.
He's not good at it, so it looks very clumsy, but he's trying.
Taliesin did not bow, though I'm assuming you're saying the bow before when they entered previously. Okay, yeah, Taliesin doesn't bow.
He's still technically there. He's up from his throne now and moving quickly to Randaril, who
That's
is
fine.
by Caldrun's son.
Tiny leaves with the group.
You know, whenever the group leaves. They haven't been, like, pushed out the door. They've just been told, okay, go and get this orb. Bring it back to me. And you watch as, Randaril releases your son from his binds.
If he's not allowed. Yeah, Caldrun follows the group, but he does look behind him one last time before he goes through the doors.
All right. Give me one hot sec. I'm gonna go put this cup in the kitchen.
Okay.
And how far away is that kitchen?
I'd imagine there's stairs involved.
Oh, yeah.
Meow.
Okay, sorry about that. I don't like having empty dishes in front of me.
No worries.
Makes me feel cluttered.
No worries. So I guess if we just fast forward to walking out, if no one stops, once we get out of quote unquote castle, palace, whatever you want to call it, Tiny's just gonna look to Caldrun and be like, can I give you a hug?
I guess.
And just boom, like bear hugs
Yep.
Caldrun. And then let's go. It's like, okay, great. But
Alright.
glad you're not dead.
Valeria
Yeah.
gives you a nod too. It's just like, I'm glad you're still here with us.
I'm still surprised I am.
Well, that went best it could be. Holds up like 2 thumbs up, smiling. Now, how the fuck do we find the Slode?
That's a good question. Don't even know
Do
what
they have a home? Like an island that are we just gonna raid all the Slodes until we find them, or are we gonna like I don't mean to sound rude, but like how do we find the one that we saw and not just a horde of them?
DM. The Slode was the one that happened on the second day when we looked through the orb, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I saw it. What did the Slode look like, and where did it look like it was around?
It looked like it was in a jungle forest somewhere down here. And it seemed to have purple and blues to its skin tone.
Well,
And it did have the orb.
like in its hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
At the time.
Well, from what I can remember, I know what a Slode looks like now. Fucking disgusting looking thing. But from what I can actually recall,
Oh,
it was...
that's rude. They might think you look disgusting too.
He stares at Thribby.
It's like, what? We're not judging people. I mean, if you do bad things, then yes, we'll judge you for that. I mean, just be gestures of that in there. Everyone thinks I look like the boogeyman. Ooh.
He just stares at you for a while till you stop talking.
He shuts up.
And he looks to the rest of the group. It looked like it was in a jungle region. Do you have jungles here in Pandania, Caldrun?
Yeah. Plenty.
Yeah, plenty.
Well, that doesn't help.
Caldrun can't look anybody in the eyes.
I will give you one thing, or a couple thing is, this is an investigation quest, and you haven't really gotten any information on the slow. You did step outside the palace. You could have asked Randaril or somebody about it. You could probably, one of you, go back in and do that. It's entirely up to you. But there may be, it is well known that the Malmer do not like Slode, so they may have some information that they can help you focus your search a bit more.
Seeing that apparently my persuasive methods are shit, I can at least do something and just ask questions. I'm gonna go back and ask the regent or even the king himself about the slow that we need to get rid of. I'll be right back.
Okay, we'll be at that tree, and Tiny just points like down the way so we're not blocking the door, just kind of off.
There's
to the
like
side.
trees lining the entire stairs down from the palace.
Yeah, but you know it's that polite thing of where you're not blocking the door, but we're still like he can see us once he comes back out.
He nods and goes back into the palace awkwardly.
Orknum does look over as you re-enter. Did you forget something?
Well, forget, no. Wanting to get a sore sight out of your eyes before asking you a question, yes.
And what would that be?
I am going to ask for my own forgiveness of my own lack of knowledge, but we do not know much about this slow that we seek aside from a potential location, that being one of your jungles in your lovely country. Has there been any odd activities around in any great places of that location, locale, even?
And this is where I inform you. I have given you all privileges to draw on the map for this quest.
Oh no.
You'll find it underneath the pen thing. You abuse it, I take it away. Immediately.
Define abuse.
Drawing a penis.
Draw penis.
I was gonna draw a smiley face.
Oh, cool. We need to make that a lighter
Of
color.
course. Orknum does look to Randro. You have not caught me up on everything. So if you please inform him. Getting rid of a Slode would be a great boon. Yes, well, there has been reports of Slode activity all around the main portion of the continent and a few of the islands. There is Puron on the island to the west. That is a pirate port. One that is legally sanctioned, mind you, for the purposes of raiding Tamriel. Of course, you probably already knew we tend to do that. Beyond that, there's been some activity in Baga as well as Abarbus.
Talzin
You may make-
quickly takes out a map and looks at the locations. Right.
You may go to these locations and find out more information. It may narrow your search, and if you find that slowed, do take its head off and bring it back to us.
That was the plan, yes.
Wonderful. Any other questions?
Aside from these being certain locales, is there anything that you can tell us about these locations? I'm sure that Caldrun hasn't been to all of them.
Well, one of the things you may run into is, which I'm pretty sure you're aware of, seeing as you likely had to pass through Baga. Not everybody speaks Tamrielic.
Yes.
Our main language is Maumeri. They do have Caldrun to translate for them. Do you really wish to give them one of those rings?
Talzin does raise a finger. Considering that you have kind of put him in a very big spot of infamy, there might be the problem of people not wanting to talk to Caldrun specifically.
That's what would make it far more amusing for me.
Longer the Slowed lives, more problems we have. And wastes your time, which we don't want to do.
Yes, it is highly recommended you do not waste my time. Very well, give him one ring of tongues.
Ooh.
Randoril does go over to a cabinet that's nearby, uses magic to unlock it, and digs through, pulls out a box, and then a ring out of what looks like a box of 7 rings, 7 or 8, and then walks back to you and holds out a kind of a sea gold. It's a paler, like, patinaed gold ring with a purple gem on it. And hands it to you.
Talzin takes it and dips his head.
Should be in your inventory, hopefully.
Let's see.
Did it not drag in?
It would be under equipment, yes?
It did not drag in.
Nope, it did not.
There we go.
There it is, yep.
This is specifically attuned to speak Maumeri.
Of course.
I want it back when you bring that orb to me.
You will get it back. You can trust my word on that.
You do this, I may consider giving you back that Elder Scroll, but between you and me, I do not want Hermaeus Moore getting his tentacles on it.
It's understandable, Your Highness. Trust me.
Now, you have some information. You know where to begin your search. Go. And he pulls out a coin and hands it to you. This will allow you to operate without being enslaved in my nation.
He looks at it and gulps a bit, and the serpent's thoughts were like, oh fuck, we could be enslaved?
Yes, you could be enslaved.
He does a double take at Orgnum. Still getting used to that, Your Highness. He does he cringes a bit.
Magic has wonderful properties. Yes.
So I've noticed. That's when he slips on the ring, bows, and leaves them.
You step back out to your friends with a ring on your finger and a coin with Orgnum's face. It looks just like the one from Tales of Tribute.
Oh my fucking god. It's the fucking patron. Well, you gonna give me two? I get pay 2 gold coins for this?
Yes.
God damn it. He walks over to the group, and he looks a little pale. That's...
What happened?
Well,
Not go well?
no, it went perfectly fine. It's just that Ogdom decided to let me in on something that I didn't realize. And he holds up the token, the little coin. With this, we can operate as his mercenaries, or rather, freely. Otherwise, there's potential that we could be enslaved.
I need freezes. And he's like, slaves. Does that mean I can attack anyone, no questions asked when they attack us now? As
No.
a self-defense?
Do you want to piss
just
them off
mean
even more?
It's just a token that says, do not enslave these people, or
I know,
else.
But Tiny's basically like, the entire time we were told don't start anything, and he's like, well, now it's not starting something, it's self-defense.
Taliesin shakes his head. I can assure you that if you start something in Pandania, Thribby, you're going to risk killing Caldrun.
I'm not starting it, I would finish it.
Don't fight
That's-
back. This should help with that.
Okay, so everyone stay as a group. Got it.
Pretty much. And on top of that, I also got a temporary boon from the king, just in case, and he holds up the ring that's now on his finger. This should help me talk to the people that don't talk in, Tamrielen.
You put a ring on your finger, Tiny just gives the biggest side eye.
Well, I put
Yeah,
it on my
suddenly,
finger, but...
through the fucking doors, a shoe hits you in the back of the head.
Wait, me or Tiny?
Tiny.
You just
It's a-
like,
It's a
what?
joke. It's just like, how dare you say that? Boo, punk. La
Wow.
chancla.
Just like a ring of tongues.
Yes.
Never seen one in person.
Neither have I, but, here we are. It's only good for Malmary, and I simply asked for it as a, fallback plan in case nobody wants to talk to Caldrun, considering his infamy currently.
Ah,
Now,
that's wise.
do keep in mind nobody knows about the reason why he's infamous, they just know he's infamous.
So we also don't need to disguise Caldrun then if we have that.
We don't need to disguise any of us since we have this.
Okay, cool. So, where are we heading?
Taliesin pulls out the map and points out the locations. So, we have 3 separate locations based on what we know that are with slowed activity. We have Abaris, we have Paran, and then back to Baga. All these regions have some sort of knowledge about potential slowed activity, though I'd imagine the places with jungles would most likely be better bets. Baga we already know well enough. Abaris don't know much, but according to... I keep wanting to call him Randaril. That's his name, right? Randaril?
Yes, Randoril.
Randaril. Regent Lord Randaril said that Paran is essentially home to pirates, both of Tamrielen and Malmary make. Would not be surprised if we find Olivine there.
Tiny He will look to Alira and say, do you have that throw your voice magic thing today?
I was just thinking the same thing. If we're going to be dealing with pirates, it would be good to talk to Olivine first if we can.
I mean, because if he's there, he could check in for us or ask around, and that way we can hit one of the other places.
Talzin gets a very annoyed look on his face. Well, considering his plan for telling us to disguise herself as fucking Ultima didn't go well and was probably doing it for kicks. Just be wise not to trust completely what he says.
Well, then what if we pay him? Say, I don't know. He likes stolen things. What if we say we'll steal you something from the Slode's place?
Is it really stealing if you're gonna kill the Slode anyway?
Yes.
Well, he was told yes.
We'll
But
get
Tiny
him a-
asked this question before.
We'll promise him a trinket when we kill the Slode.
Yeah. So, Alira, are you able to do that today or not? I'm sorry I missed it.
I can.
Oh.
Do you want to have him ask around Piran for us then? Pyron?
Piran, yes.
Piran.
I mean, I think they're more likely to trust him if he's been there before. Could also save us one less place to go to.
He said he's been here multiple times enough on many routes, so I'm pretty sure that the people in Piran trust him more than they trust us. Best that we have multiple eyes out, multiple ears out, multiple mouths even.
She'll give a nod. Very well then. I'll ask if he's willing to do that for us. And she'll cast Sending to Olivine. She'll say, "We're alive. We got arrested right away." Wait, see, he knew about the Slode, right? That we were...
Yeah, you guys did
Okay.
tell him about the Slode.
We're looking for the Slode now. And we heard that there could be info on Piran. A pirate's place.
5
Would
more
you-
words.
Fudge.
Could
Okay.
you
I'm
help
counting.
us?
Would you help us?
Oh, darling, all you had to do was ask. What were you thinking? I am in Piran.
Of course.
That's also called the... He's where the DM puts him.
Pah.
Woohoo. We take
Catching
any
up
favors
with
we
his
can get.
old mates.
Mm-hmm.
She'll cast another Sending. Very well. I'll check in with you later. If you learn anything, please let us know. Okay.
Yes, I was literally counting out words.
I was also counting out words.
Mm-hmm. Sending. It's the tweet of D&D.
I'm just imagining the guys from like Critical Role just
old-
struggling to
Yeah.
count.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, every single time. My favorites in campaign 2 with Jester constantly like hitting the limit and going, fuck.
Yeah.
God damn. That is the most paradoxical thing
It
I've
is
ever
the
seen.
saucy text message of D&D.
Oh, then when she has extra words, she just throws in the la-di-das and stuff.
XD.
Or are you pooping?
Hey.
me, let me see if I could do
with, like,
Jester
multiple
voice.
Ys.
It still counts as one word. It's not based upon letters. Hello. Are you pooping?
Well, now that you're
Thank you, Jester. Oh, now that you ask.
Uses sending
It's
to
like
say,
it's
hey, you
it's
up.
got the same vibe as that one TikTok of the lady sliding underneath the divider for like a bathroom stall going, pissing alone, hands up.
Jesus fucking Christ.
No.
Uses sending to just send something, hey, you up.
Hey,
Hey
you
there.
up? Now the fun part
still-
begins, everybody. Sorry for like the super serious stuff. We're not the most serious group, so I wanted to kill a character. Damn. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking Orgnum in a minute.
When we get serious, we cry a lot.
Orgnum dies part 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Not when
It's
he's
not even
surrounded
gonna
by
be-
so many fucking guards, man.
Not after the amount of trouble we got to get his ass back up. I ain't doing that again.
He
Yeah.
is gonna have a guard watching him sleep every night now.
It's
I
gonna
won't
be
let them hurt you,
Vasha.
gorgeous.
It's gonna be Vasha.
No, we're gonna come back specifically just to kill Vasha. Not Orgnum, fuck
Yeah,
Vasha.
bitch.
I'm so glad you guys
Yeah,
love
you go
Vasha.
back. Vasha's like watching him sleep, and like there's a scuffle. He wakes up, he sees you. He's like, "What the hell?" And you guys are like, "No, we're just here to kill her. Don't worry."
Don't worry, Orgnum. We don't want you dead. We want your guard dead. She's a bitch.
You'll
Like
be
that
like,
episode of South
"All right,
Park.
fair. Go ahead."
Like that episode of South Park where Randy is fighting all the dads.
Yeah.
Hey, no bell.
You will.
I am so glad you guys loved Vasha.
Yes, everybody loves Vasha.
Yeah, surely.
Especially with the part where she just stood there and did nothing during the combat the entire time.
Oh,
Hey, she
God.
gave us that radiant damage.
That is true.
You know what?
Alright.
Just make that canon. The campaign. Vasha just stood still.
Okay.
She's actually never seen battle before. She just pretends she has.
Mm-hmm. I'm just here for her. Don't worry about it, man.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny is proficient in survival, so does that mean he's also good with reading maps?
No, that is cartographers.
Okay. Could I?
Survival is more or less about tracking a little bit while out in the wilds, in my opinion. I
So
know it
would that-
varies for every DM, but
Would that be an intelligence check to read the map as Taliesin has it out?
you can read maps. Like his map is in Tamrielic.
Right. I think he's just going more of like which looks more like a forest based off the things that we have circled.
Easily enough you could tell it's Puron. Puron's is a jungle island.
Okay.
Vaga
cool. So,
is pressed up against a forest, but Abarbus is in a desert.
okay. So while Taliesin has the map up, and as they're talking, or once Alira's done, he just points his big hand like almost too hard onto the map, and he's like, "Well, I guess we're going here, right?" Just
Pokes a
on
hole
Vaga.
straight through the map.
No, he's not. He can control his strength. It just almost
For-
goes out of Taliesin's hand.
Before it's thrown out of his hand, Taliesin pulls back a bit, is like, watch it. Where did
I
you
mean,
point?
This one, and he just taps, and he's like, even if I rip it, I mean, I've seen Alira do mending. She can fix it.
I can't, but that's.
It's the principle of the matter.
Well, perhaps I wasn't poking it that hard. It's not like I stabbed it with a dagger.
Imagine having that sort of attitude about other people's property. It's fine if I break your shit. They can mend it.
Where are you pointing, Wave? Because I don't see your
Oh,
ping.
Aga.
Baga. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry.
I don't know why it's not letting me ping.
You might be still in
Click
the
and hold.
drawing layer.
Yeah.
I mean, here.
You're not on the ping tool. It's the box.
Oh, damn.
that's
what
not
was
it.
that?
Why did you blow everything up?
I don't know. Help! What? No.
It's the box that looks like it's
Stop
a. It looks like it's a target marker, not the circle
Look at the
target.
Upper right hand corner. There's a little dude.
There we go.
Little person dude. Click that, and then it should pop onto the box.
Left hand corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Left hand corner.
Is it going? Can
Yes.
you see it now? Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Taliesin nods. It is a very good point, but considering that it's closer and that there is technically a jungle area right next to it, I suggest we hit Abarbus first. If I went pirate for a second, excuse me.
Abarbus.
Abarbus
Okay.
first. Like, fucking turn into Barbosa.
Yeah. Goddamn, Barbosa, go back to your own property, please. Don't need you here.
I do be trying to find the one they call Jack Sparrow.
That sounds like some stupid imperial name. Get out of here.
Wow.
Look, we only accept fish people here, not squid people.
Bruh.
Ooh.
That's not Barbosa, that's Davy Jones.
Okay, we don't accept humans here. Get the fuck out.
Burn. Even our gods aren't human.
But yeah, he does motion just because it's closer. I mean, we could go there, walk distance, ask questions, and if we don't find anything, we come back, take the port to Wega, or take the port from Wega to Baga, and then ask around there.
Okay.
Sounds fun to me.
So where are you heading first?
Abarbus.
Barbus.
Barbos.
A Barbus.
Abarbus.
Barbus.
Barbus.
Barbus the dog?
Barbus.
It's a Barbus the dog.
A bar on a bus?
Barb on bus.
That doesn't sound very healthy.
Wait,
Next
isn't
thing
that
you know, you
Barb?
have the bus driver heading back, sitting down. It's been a long day, and then the guy is just like that one Tom meme where it's just like, "What are you doing back here?"
Cast
Just
silence.
don't let the bus driver go back there.
That's what I was just saying. Is the bus driver goes back and sits at the bar on the bus? It's like it's been a long day. Who's driving?
Finally.
Taliesin does look over to Caldrun. Have you been to a Barbus before?
On the map.
Shows it.
Maybe once or twice.
Anything that we should know about? If you can recall.
No, can't really recall anything.
That's fine. Well, sooner we get out of this bloody city, the better. I'm assuming that, like, the longer we sit here, the more looks we're getting.
You're getting looks either way because you're free Tamrielans. You're not enslaved.
Right. Well, come on. Let's get going. I would say we don't have time in the day, but he just motions up to the sky, sighs, and just starts walking out of the city.
Like, damn it.
Dang it.
Dang it.
Imagine wasting a sending spell just to ask Devaithfear what time it is.
I mean, is it a waste though? Because now that we aren't leaving,
In his
Alfie can-
opinion, God, yes.
I mean, you'll get it back the next day.
Joke's on you, I have a sending stone.
It's just like he just keeps getting sending spells of, what time is it? Like, ah.
Hey, what time? It's mostly just like people like trying to get married because for some reason the priests still know what time it is, and
Yeah.
they keep missing their fucking wedding.
Yeah. The Void Crisis. Responsible for many people getting stood up at the altar.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways. You guys do make your way down to the docks. Caldrun, you leading the way and reading out signs to these fools. Except for Taliesin, who you should now be attuned to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So you suddenly are able to read the signs.
He just starts randomly talking in Mount Mary. Oh, that's what it says.
It's like like when you start learning Spanish and you're like in downtown Los Angeles and you see Los Altos Boulevard and it just means the tall boulevard.
He's just
Like,
like, that's a... He looks over, is like, that's a bloody stupid name.
Hmm.
Where is Malware? Here it is.
Okay, so
Is
you
it-
do
is
get to
it
the docks
fluid?
and you do
Like-
see signage for like where to go for different sort of serpent ferries. One is heading to Peron, costs about 25 gold per group of 8. And one that does go to Abarbus once a day in the morning. And that one's 15 gold per group of 10. You get the sense not a lot of people travel there. Allison, you
Huh?
alive?
I didn't know I was the one being spoken to specifically. I thought you were talking to the party. Sorry.
I was talking to the party. You're also the one of the two people in the party that can read these signs,
Being eye dog, we're following you.
and
too.
you are the party leader technically.
Oh God. He looks over to Caldrun, and he makes a face, like a kind of annoyed face. Do we really have to take one of these bloody things after everything? I'm kind of tired of seeing Malmo that aren't you.
If you want to get anywhere fast enough.
I suppose. Fine. And he looks over to the place, the I guess booth. I'm not sure if it's just like a person standing there or like
It's you do see a guy standing by the ferry to Abarbus, and he is throwing what looks like a big old crab up at the sea serpent, who catches it in his mouth and swallows it down.
Taliesin sighs and walks up to him. Good evening, sir. Morning, whatever time of day it is.
Are you speaking in Maumeri or
Yes.
Tamrielic?
He's speaking about
Okay.
Mary.
I'm very surprised you can even speak this language.
Speak, read it, understand it, everything. A man of many talents I am. Consider it a honor to understand and know your people, good sir.
If you want to call it that, sure. What do you want, Imperial?
I want to take a trip to Abarbus to help rid your people of a great threat known as a Slode. Looking for information there.
He, for a moment, looks like he's holding in a laugh, and then gives you a exaggerated bow. Oh, great hero of my people, would you kindly save us from the one of many Slodes that plague our land?
I would rather you just call me a dirty Imperial instead of giving me the semantics.
You could tell he's being an ass about it.
Indeed. Point is we're trying to get rid of it so you guys don't have to deal with it anymore.
Why your people would ever want to help us, I'll never figure out. But whatever makes you happy, makes you a little bit of money, right?
This isn't about money, I'm assuring you that. And it's not my people, it's me as an individual. Us. And he motions back to the group.
Right. An Imperial that doesn't want money.
He reaches into a pouch and fishes over like a small sack of 15 gold pieces.
Get on board.
And he motions the group to follow.
Hellos. He pats his sea serpent. Don't eat them unless they bother you. Okay, y'all get on.
Yep. Is it just us?
Yeah, it is just you.
Okay, cool.
You do see a woman and a child starting to head for it, and then see Tiny and turn the other way because they're perch clutching and crossing the street.
I want to
Like
say
a-
maybe like the first hour when he was as himself, he tried to wave to people and then realized it's not worth it, and so he just gave up.
It's just like cute little oh fuck, they're running away.
Yeah, he just is. He's just oddly quiet, and he's just always on lookout.
Average white woman mother in the city.
Mm,
While they are waiting for the ship to take port, or rather, while it's like going, I would say, because I don't think Taliesin would start talking until like until the
Hey.
double chunk chocolate cookie appears.
Did you say
Legendary.
Krim? Did you say cookie or pookie?
poopy.
Cookie.
Okay.
I mean, if you want, I could say Pookie.
And the flirting begins.
I
Maybe I should have
Look,
killed
I'm-
Caldrun.
No, don't. You'll make Lyrior worse. Look, I'm already like 3 hours overtime. I have to be weird somehow.
technically 2 hours and 13 minutes, but it's okay.
Shut.
Hey, it's better than 3 hours.
It's not 2 hours and 13 minutes.
We had a
started
break.
Yeah.
We had a
Okay,
break.
well, whatever. I'm late.
We had a break because I was having a coughing fit.
It's fine.
Uh,
I'll
And then
get to-
somebody in chat recommended pineapple juice, and so far my throat hasn't spasmed.
Can't
Yes.
spasm if it's being eaten alive.
Exactly. I
think-
essentially spanked my throat.
the enzymes and the acid.
Yeah. Now we all get to stare at Glarier, or Nox as he tells us what Glarier was doing for the
Okay.
past 2 hours.
I also, because now you're here, Nox, everything that I told you, there was stuff added on after the trial ended, which was simply us going outside of the palace, Taliesin going back inside to ask for information about where the fuck the sloat is. We were given a coin that looks, I shit you not, like the fucking Tales of Tribute pendant of Orgnum's face that basically says that Orgnum said, hey, show this to people so you don't get enslaved. And Talos is like, what the fuck? Anyway, was also given a ring of
I think
tongues.
it's his own personal joy that he waited that long to give that to you. Kind of like, fucking Tamrielans.
Was given a ring of tongues just in case people didn't want to speak to Caldrun because he's, kind of infamous. There are no specifics because, of course, it's within the palace only, but Caldrun is still infamous because wanted posters. So there's that. And then we have 3 places that we were told we can go to investigate signs or information of a sloat. We have Abarbus, which is in a desert region. We have the island of Paran, which we messaged Olivane about, who is currently there, to basically be our eyes and ears there. And then we also have Baga, which is the place we went to previously. And all of these are circled on the map, as you can see.
Okay, I parsed about 5% of that. I
Great.
also have not read what you sent me because we just got out 10 minutes ago.
Awesome. I'm so glad we could have this conversation.
What
Text me
I
what happened. I don't listen to verbal instructions well.
How long is the boat ride?
he's too gay to listen. You understand?
No, I
Skill issue.
have processing disorders.
Yeah, it's called being gay.
No, it's called autism. Get it right.
I have autism, and I'm also too queer to listen.
I hate both of
So you
you.
have advantage on not listening.
Yes,
I'm just hard of hearing.
exactly.
I thought you
I
meant-
also am too poor, so I can't afford to pay attention.
There it is. There it is.
Hey,
Okay, so you have
dad
expertise
jokes.
and advantage.
Oh, Nox, I saw a TikTok filled with dad jokes. I think I sent it to you just to piss you off.
Oh god, you might have. I don't know. I've had 50 TikToks sent to my inbox today. I haven't checked any of them.
Wow, so
Okay.
popular.
You know most of the ones I send you are cat ones.
Yeah.
I'll send you
It's
some
fine,
TikToks,
like-
Wave.
40 of them are from my roommate.
Yes, I did send you the dad jokes one. It's called Dad
God.
Jokes, bro.
Okay.
I'll send you some TikToks, Wave.
I don't have a TikTok. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's gonna be a problem then.
Beam
Yeah,
them
that
to
sounds
Send
like
them
a
on
you
Discord.
problem.
You can send it on Discord. I can still watch it. I just can't see it on my.
What, you don't want to download TikTok like 2 weeks before it gets banned again?
Yeah.
No, I've stayed away from it from this long. I might as well just go the whole ride without it.
I would personally say that that's a good idea, but I do not want to offend the TikTok users in the audience.
It's fine.
We're not
They can-
streaming on
I-
TikTok.
No,
I
we're
got
not
banned
on
again.
TikTok tonight. He got banned for doing nothing.
I'm just saying.
I mean, if they drug bags in reference to the drug bag you gave your cat, it might happen again.
Look, I'm personally not surprised he got banned from TikTok for doing nothing. I've literally gotten one of my comments removed for mentioning, like, the coexist sticker.
Boo.
So,
I love the fish.
Why do you think you were pinged?
No, not you. It was Tom. I haven't checked my Discord in 3 hours.
It's
Yeah,
fine. We
anyways.
just mentioned you a lot. Yeah. But so because these
I will. Yeah, once you finish reading what Shade had sent you prior, I will need you to DM me Galeria's surface thoughts. Also,
I-
you did not get the scroll back yet.
I told him.
You may
about-
not get it back.
I told him about the surface thoughts.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. Orknum can read minds, and that was revealed to you.
Told him that too.
160-foot telepathy.
There's a lot, Nox.
I'm aware. Stop talking to me.
Okay,
Can't
well,
read.
Jesus.
while Docs is doing that, I
He's
have
too
a
gay
question.
to read.
That is an
I have a
actual
question.
skill issue.
Tiny's raising his hand. How long is the boat ride?
Only a couple hours. Like 2-3 hours.
Oh, great. Yay for fast fish.
Fast
Fish are-
sea serpents.
Fish are friends, not food.
Mm-hmm. For now.
What
But you are food to the fish.
Debatable. We'll see what happens.
What I was going to say, before Nox came in was like as the boat starts actually going, Tal would take some time to like talk to Caldrun privately-ish, whenever there's a chance. If Crimbus here.
I am here.
Okay.
Glarior's clinging to him.
Well,
I can tell you that for certain.
He's my boyfriend.
He's my boyfriend.
He saw his
See?
wife
Too
crying
gay.
for-
Seeing Glarior clinging to him, he does like stop for a moment but continues approaching Caldrun. Cal,
yeah.
he has this like, you've seen it before just a few times, but he looks very sorrowful and like guilty of something. I'm sorry I didn't do a better job. I'm glad that you're with us, but it just felt like there was no getting through to that bloody bastard. I tried. I really did.
If he executes me, it will not be your fault.
That's for certain.
If he executes me, I want your group to help my son get out of there. I'm not gonna leave him to suffer here again.
If he even accepts our help. The best I can do is I can try.
That's all I can ask.
And he pats you on the shoulder. Whatever you were before, I can tell you're not that now. You're a good person, Caldrun.
I can be debatable in some areas, but thank you.
We all can. We're not perfect. I know I'm bloody not. And then he turns around and walks over to the other side of the ship to brood.
Hmm. There is
Oh
just
my
a
god,
dark
the emo
cloud.
goth. Brooding.
What were you say, Grim?
There is just a dark cloud because a lot of people are just brooding on the boat.
Yeah, it's also dark because there's no fucking sky.
Fucking everybody's brewing hard enough that it casts like magical darkness.
Only Glarior can see.
He needs eyes to see.
And Glarior is just standing behind you like the ring girl, hair draped,
God.
staring menacingly.
Man standing.
God, if he put his hair over his face, he wouldn't look. He'd look like a blonde ring girl with antlers, honestly.
Oh, so he's a deer girl. That's even more terrifying.
You ever seen like an elk staring at you from the forest? And like
Yes.
it's kind of dark, but it's not dark enough. Yeah,
It's very
Yes,
scary.
that's
seen
him.
many elks.
The fucking shining of the eyes in the darkness is actually kind
Yeah.
of terrifying.
His eyes do that like by default.
Now, if a moose is staring at you, you're done for.
Oh god, you just die.
Oh my god.
That was Glarior's dad.
Glarior's dad is a moose.
Hell yeah. New lore.
I didn't even canonize this one.
Now that's a terrifying thought that Davthen and Balnir are stronger than a moose.
Ugh.
Glarior
Ah.
got his Glarior got his stare from his dad.
But he's just like a
father,
little
like son.
little tiny deer, like his mom.
Yeah.
So got moose
Room.
stare, but a little teeny deer.
With a moose.
The moose.
The moose.
The moose.
The moose.
You are begging to face the moose.
You guys do make it in quick time to the docks. Alright. Tamrielans and criminal off. Your stop.
You are so kind.
Yep. I'll be leaving tomorrow at noon.
Step off.
Dismount.
Yeah.
Dismount.
Just keep in
Dismount
mind,
the boat?
I hear you're gonna have to walk your ass back to Wega.
It's not that far.
Yeah, you clearly never been in the jungles around Wega. Eh.
No. Yep. We go to Barbas.
Barbas. You make your way into town. What is the first thing you are gonna do?
What does the town look like?
You know that one desert oasis town in the Great Desert in Avatar? Last Airbender?
Oh, yeah, like the... I don't know
Yeah.
why I thought of Gadgetson from WoW, but yeah, that works too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Just podunk, tiny ass little town. It's poor. It doesn't have much to it.
Yeah. Is it like, is there still heat?
Yes.
Interesting.
It's kind of cooler right now, but you could assume that there's still heat. Like I said, all weather comes through. It's just you can't see the sky. or the clouds or anything like that.
That's definitely gonna make Taliesin start fucking sweating because he's wearing all black.
Yep. It is already starting to get a little hot and sticky.
God, it's very uncanny not to see the sun with this fucking heat.
It's like, Taliesin, you move and you hear there's like a little tiny squelch at the armpits.
Oh no.
Leather squelch.
Immediately casting prestidigitation to cool himself off.
Fun. So what are you guys gonna do first?
I guess, if everyone's in agreement, we find probably some kind of, building of importance and see if we can talk to somebody that looks important so we can get some info.
Should we wait outside while you go talk to people?
I mean, there's pros and cons to both. I know that I speak their language, though I am still very much an Imperial.
Well, if you want me to be intimidating, I can, but I don't know if that's gonna help or hurt.
I mean, proof of the matter that we have a group size enough to take on a Slode might actually help more than hinder, so best that you all come with.
It
Okay.
wouldn't hurt to stay together either, given there's only one coin.
Aye, that's a better reason too. Would rather not have you, lot be put in chains just because I'm not there. Just given circumstances. He motions the group to follow, and he tries to stay close to them, making sure that like the coin of Orgnum is like hanging very tightly across his person for people to see. Is there a building here that seems to be somewhat bigger than the others, like it's important, like a town hall or something?
Yes.
Okay. Tal will go up to that one and see if there's any guards.
There are guards. And they curl lip at you. Hey. This one stinks. Yeah, should we send them to where we keep the Khajiit? At least Khajiit smell better. See, Caldrun? Stop, criminal. What are you doing here?
I'm here in the Order of King Orgnum.
Really? You're here on the orders of King Orgnum. That seems a tall tale for somebody who has 50,000 gold on their head.
Taliesin, hearing this, immediately holds up the coin. You sure about that? He says in Malmary.
Oh, great. It speaks our language.
Oh, great. You have to deal with another slithering brat. Anyway, we're here on business. Is anyone we can talk to about a Slode?
They both look at each other. What do you know about that?
That you're probably having issues with it and that you need it killed?
I'll be right back. The other one goes inside. Oh, he just stands there. Khajiit do smell better than you.
You have
Smell
terrible...
like sweat and leather.
You either have terrible sense of smell or terrible sense of sight. As you can see, I am fucking drenched.
And that's why you smell bad.
Alright, wise one, how do I smell better to you, Malma? Enlighten me.
Be a Malmer.
Well, that's frankly impossible.
Exactly.
I fucking hate you.
Feelings mutual. Okay. And eventually the guy comes back out with a Malmary woman with her silver hair back tight. So I'm told that you have the token of King Orgnum. And you're looking into the Slode problem.
Yes.
I personally find it a little hard to believe that our gracious king sends Tamrielans and a criminal to look into this.
Holds up the token again.
But apparently he has, and who am I to question our gracious lord's dictation? What do you want to know?
Everything.
That will take more time than you think to say. So, what do you want to start with?
The Slode, first of all, is there any specifics that you can tell us that are of great importance? Details about what it looks like, where it resides?
We don't know where it resides, but we can tell you about 3 people have gone missing when they gone to the shore.
Which shore?
She motions, points just like north of the docks, up in, get my drawing tool here, up in this area. She motions over there. I know my stuff is kind of dark. That's just the color of my thing. Let's
All
see
good.
if I can update my color. Configuration. Let's turn to white. That will make it easier. And then I can redraw that. Because, let's face it, the DM's drawings are a little bit more important right there. She points up in that direction.
Alright.
Over there. Either doing laundry, feeding some of the younger serpents, or clearing nets. Then they would come back. And then in the middle of the night, I have heard from one of the locals, a young Malmer, a young girl, that her mother just got up in the middle of the night and walked into the water.
Taliesin looks back to Alira and Glarior. Sounds familiar to what happened in Wayrest, doesn't it?
Are they speaking in Malmary or?
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't translate that well. It's like he goes back and then just relays everything in Tamriel and realizing the mistake. And like as she's talking, he's translating back to them.
It does sound like Wayrest, but all the way down here too. Did
Yeah,
they
the
have
difference is the
purple
in
light?
Wayrest, they weren't walking into the water and you found the person doing it.
Did they say if they had a purple glow about them? Or if they saw anything of that color.
Taliesin relays that question back to in Maumeri.
I would not know. The child was distraught. If you wish to speak to her, she should be at her home. Motions down the street. To the right. In the alley.
Taliesin nods. Is there somebody that can accompany us so we don't scare the bloody child to death, knowing who we are?
I suppose I can do that.
Yes, would rather have a trustworthy face than a bunch of random strangers, especially when you're in a distraught face, especially when you just lost your mother.
Especially outsiders. I only do this for the glory of King Orgnum. Keep that in mind. And she walks with you and leads you toward this girl's house. And get to it, she knocks on the door. And then, after a minute, out peeks a face of a 13-year-old Maumeri girl. Yes? Elens. These Tamrielans have questions for you relating to your mother's disappearance. Would you be willing to answer them? The Great King Orgnum has sent them to find her. This little girl, kind of like, she does have like similar eyes to like Caldrun with like the glazed over white, but you can see the darker white of the iris and the pupil underneath. And she looks up to you guys. She nods and opens the door, and this woman leads you inside. And this little girl is just looking at the floor. What do you want to know?
Taliesin crouches to get on her level, almost sitting down. Well, don't you worry, lass. We won't take too much of your time. We just want to know what you saw with your mum. Did you see any strange lights, any weird colors when she disappeared?
And she nods.
What color were they?
It was kind of like a pinkish blue, I think.
He relays that back to Tamriel and to Alira and the party.
It was around her head. Like a crown.
And where exactly did she walk off to?
Points down toward the waterfront. We have a young serpent, and she was going to prepare to give it food, and went down there to check on it, and then she's gone slightly longer than normal, and she came back, and then that night, or I think night, hard to tell, and she just got out of bed and walked out without a word, and I followed her and watched her walk into the water.
And, do you recall, just by how many times you've slept by then, do you recall how long it's been since then?
A week and a half.
His eyes widen as he looks back to the group and relays that information.
So, to clarify, that would be maybe a couple days after the orbs appeared. Because you found the first few orbs pretty darn quick. Like, I think the first one was the day of.
Yeah.
And then you got one, two, like within a day of each other. After going to Artaeum for like 2-3 days, and then it took 5 days to sail here. So that would be about 10-ish days.
Well,
So
also,
about a week and a half or a little over.
well, there's also the fact that time passes on Artaeum a lot faster
Yeah.
than on, so.
Thanks
Taliesin?
to Akatosh. He
Yep.
made it pass different.
Shade, you said Talison's translating everything?
Yes, he's translating it all to Tamrielen, exactly what she says.
The rest of you guys just hear fish globbing.
Never mind, Tiny wouldn't have that thought.
I mean, he transfers it back to Tamrielen, so you would hear what she would be saying through Taliesin.
No, Tiny's not smart enough to have the thought that I thought of.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't
Aw.
it suck being like a player playing a stupid character and you're like, oh, that's a great. Oh.
Sometimes, but then other times I can just be like, no, yeah, he just do.
You see, I have the opposite problem. I'm a dumb player trying to play smarter characters.
No, you're not. Anyways,
Could we figure out if it's like a similar thing to Wayrest from the girl's description?
Arcana check from you.
Since I'm proficient, could I also roll that?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Just making sure.
Dirty 20. 26. It sounds a little bit like Crown of Madness.
Got the description of the crown. Lyra frowns. Well, that's not as strong as what we saw in Wayrest, it seems. But
Yeah. In Wayrest,
Still not
you had
good.
Gace. Here you have the Crown of Madness. So apparently, whatever this load is doing, it only needed to draw them into the water. So it didn't need to be long term.
Temporary, you think? Just enough.
He nods. Enough to trap them in some other place, if it's been that long.
Aye. If it is that spell in particular, I can imagine that they're probably not too happy wherever they are right now.
Probably not.
You also, with that 26, know Slodes are notorious necromancers, and why don't you roll me a history check, Allison?
Oh, God. No.
Nope.
Proving that, yes,
about
I
you,
don't know
Alira?
shit about sloats.
You don't know shit about no Slode. There you go. 24 on that. You start making the connection. Crown of Madness. Slodes are notorious necromancers. That came with the Arcana check because necromancy is a magic. But then you make the connection is that you've read about Ngasta and a few of other Slodes that, like, Ngasta was given Stros Makai, quote unquote, by Manamarco as a gift from somebody they revere as a god. Even when Manamarco was mortal and alive, or a lich, Slodes regarded him as a god. So if they know he truly is a god now, that is a whole army of necromancers at his back. So it makes sense what's going on here. Is they're probably becoming more bold given what is going on.
She thinking frowns. We did learn that the Lords have long regarded Manamako as a god, even before we knew all about what's happened now. It would make sense that they would be more bold, given the state of things.
Oh, shit. That's not good. He looks back to the girl back in Malmary, and he tries to offer her a smile. Is there anything else that you can tell me that will be of use to us? I want to make sure that your mother's okay.
I kind of looks cautiously at the older Malmary woman who holds herself as a mayor. I overheard some of the guards talking about other people going missing in Baga and Puran. The woman looks at her and scolds her. What have you been told about listening into the guards? Don't do it. Yes. I'm going to hear things you don't like. And you know, if you want to go to King Orignum's palace to learn magic, you have to respect authority. King Orignum would not like you listening in on his conversations. Yes, miss. I'm sorry. Good. I'll come and check on you later. I need to talk with the Tamriellans. And she motions you guys to follow.
Real quick, before we leave, can Tiny look around to see if there's like a cup, bowl, or a plate or something?
Yeah, there's cups, bowls, and plates in the wash basin that are dirty. Clearly, this girl's been trying to take care of herself.
Tiny's just gonna walk over and not say anything, take a bowl out and pull the jar of honey, and then add some of it, and then like leave it.
Into a dirty bowl.
You know, hey, he doesn't want to go rifling through, so it's like the first thing he sees that can like hold something, and then he's gonna like leave it, and then he's like, kind of like gestures like for you, to help you feel better, and then
she looks up to you a little bit scared.
Well, he's not giving it to her, he's leaving it on the counter.
Yeah.
He's leaving it on.
You drew your attention to yourself, though.
Yeah,
this
I know.
is seen, though, right? Like, by everybody?
It is.
Yeah.
So
okay,
just like,
cool.
or the girl.
Yeah. Taliesin will motion her. Oh, don't worry about my big friend. He's kind of like your young sea serpent, very scary to look at first, but when you actually talk to him, and he very kind, very nice, very cuddly even. He's giving you something to take your mind off things.
He smells funny.
We all smell funny, my dear.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. You keep yourself well, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then he leaves.
The child is alone. You did not see any sign of a father.
Man.
Farron frowns at that.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, that was fucking dark. Hooray.
Yeah, let's chop us up a slow.
When they get enough distance, he'll speak up again to the quote-unquote mayor. What did you need to talk to us about?
There has been other people that have gone missing, and she looks to the door, then in the window briefly to make sure the girl isn't listening before pulling you away from the door a little bit, that have disappeared much the same way, around the same time.
From all the locations.
All the locations. I wish to warn you, Slode can swim incredibly fast. Faster than us.
From what I saw, they are rather big. Is that true?
Oh yes, very big.
Bigger than your sea serpents?
No.
Ah, thank the gods.
About twice as tall as your Nord friend there.
He does a double take at Thribby, and there's like this slow realization. He's like, oh, fuck. That's not a pleasant thought.
They're also incredibly intelligent and very powerful with magic. But I will tell you, if you have a map.
Shows
you
it.
have a map on you?
Yeah, shows it to her.
And she points to a couple places. And they all seem to be going off into the water in relatively the same direction. Which is like this. Like that. There are islands within Pura Bay, but to search all of them, even the little sand spits, would take time.
Do you have any
My-
suggestions to narrow down the search then?
My suggestion is to go to Puron. The pirates tend to see a lot of things. I'm just a mayor of a small town where people only get by raising our sea serpents for our King Orgnum.
Right. Well, thank you for your time.
The next ferry back to Wega is tomorrow. Or, as far as we're keeping track of time, she waves a hand and you watch as an odd magic. It's like a sea magic pop up. And it looks like a little bit of water rising above the hand. You know, kind of like how the blue rises out of the stone in The Fifth Element and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you've seen that movie. I love that movie.
Hey, it's a classic.
It's a great movie. Multipass? Multipass. And it seems to rise up out of her hand. With the absence of the sun, we've been going by the tides. Which makes sense. We are one with the sea, so to say. The next time, which should be in about 10 hours, is when the ferry leaves.
I can
And she
remember that
leads you-
easily.
Lead you to the shore next to the inn. See that pole right there sticking out of the water? You see the notch probably about a foot above the water surface. When the water hits that notch, should be about noon. Or
Right.
midnight. Most likely noon, though.
I would imagine it'd be higher since, you know, the moon has a... Well, the moons, I should say, have some sort of effect on the tides. I know a little bit.
Well, yes, normally I would say this time of year you have Secunda on one side and Master on the other side, but we did briefly have that eclipse before everything went bad.
Right. Well,
Put in a word for King Orgnum for that girl. She has promise with magic. She's wants to study under him.
I will do my best. What did you say her name was again?
Elias de Sully.
You put that in chat, please. And you are? Need to make sure I know who made the reference.
Vinali. That's all you need to know is my first name, Vinali.
Noted.
With that, earlier, well, alright, she can't understand what they're saying right now. Never mind. It would have been a fun little, like, side info sort of thing. What's your passive history, Taliesin?
I'm pretty sure it is 14, but let me double check. Yes, it's 14.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not high enough. Let's just say there's rumors about Tamrielans. Oh, fuck, I accidentally drew.
I mean, it's fine because, like I said, Taliesin doesn't know anything about Pandania, so...
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else of import that you would want to bestow upon us to make our lives a bit easier?
You have all the information I have. I have spoken with the mayor of Baga a few times. And that's what he has told me is that about 2 to 3 people walked off in the water in that direction. The same description of what could only be assumed to be a modified version of the Crown of Madness spell.
At the mention of... That's all the information I know. It's really an insight check.
Yeah. That's... Okay, yeah. She's still pensive about talking to a Tamriellan, but yeah. It's about all she knows.
He relays everything that he was just told to the group in Tamrielic.
But I will give you is that she does understand Tamriel, because when she looks at you talking to that, relaying things, she seems to have some understanding. She can at least understand it. Don't know if she can speak it.
Dalazed.
Yes?
Can you ask her if it's I don't know what the word is, consistent, or like every so many days someone has gone missing, or is it random?
He asks that.
It was all around roughly the same time. People have not gone missing since then.
And he relays that.
Oh, because I was thinking maybe if they're like eating them, and like say like your rations last for so many days, then that's why they keep spacing out. But okay, no, that was all.
He looks back to the quote-unquote mayor. And is it roughly the same amount of people, groups of 2 or 3?
Yes.
Interesting.
With your earlier high Arcana check, would be consistent with a magical ritual of sorts. Not eating, not taking prisoner for slaves, because those would be definite throughout rather than all bulked at once.
Noted, thank you.
Kill the load and see if you can bring back poor Eliance's mother. I'm not holding my breath, though.
I would hope not. It's a very painful way to die.
I never wish the death by a slode on any of the citizens of Bandania. Death by slode, I mean.
Well, with some more knowledge and planning, that won't happen. I can assure you that.
I hope so. Come back when the thing's dead, please.
Certainly.
And tell me first if Eliance's mother is alive. If she is not, I am going to request that you take Eliance to the palace in Wega.
Talzin just nods and looks to Alira. Well, we might need your help if certain circumstances come to pass, but we can discuss that at a later time.
Was that at Alira or
That was at
the-
Alira
or
and
the one-
Tamrielen.
Okay.
Sure then, if it comes up.
Hopefully it doesn't.
Good luck. And she walks off.
Okay.
You guys are feeling sweaty, by the way. Very sweaty by now.
We're used to it.
Ty's just like, he looks like that unhappy kid. He's just like, can we jump in the water or something?
Are you sure you want to possibly be eaten by the sea serpents?
Never wrestled a sea serpent.
Considering I want to go investigate where the disappearances happened to see if there's any commonalities, then you might get that chance, Thurby.
Yes.
What about the rest of you? Any thoughts of what we found out so far?
It's concerning that it's happening in other places too.
Bit peculiar that it's all in packs of 2 or 3. Hope it doesn't have to coincide with some ritual involving the fucking 9.
I hope not. I agree that we should look at where they walked off. And maybe Olivine has made some progress.
Perhaps, but let's give him a day at least.
She gives a nod in agreement.
She did walk in next to one of the inns, particularly to you, Taliesin. It is the one that allows non-Malmer.
Yeah, segregation. Oh,
Yup.
God.
This place is awful.
Oh, no, the Tamriel drinking fountain.
The moment Caldrun is the least
Tamriel's is
racist.
here. Yeah. Hey, guess what, Caldrun? You can stay in the Malmer only inn.
Yeah, sure, I won't get kicked out for being a criminal. Or stabbed.
Or your throat slit.
Fucking karma.
Yeah, fucking karma.
They're gonna steal you like they did to Appa. The second you leave us.
No, not Appa.
fucking Glarior. Where is my Malmer?
Starts floating in the air and glowing. But yeah, this is Podunk Town. And what you see in the center of town, where like the never melting ice would be, it's
Oh,
just
God.
basically like a little kiddie pool full of baby sea serpents. This is what they're known for, is breeding sea serpents. That's it.
Baby. I want to pet one.
Yeah. Watch Glarier go up and go, "Aw, baby sea serpents," gets his hand bit off.
If he was like 100% more stupid, he would, but no.
As it is, he's a big sourpuss because he didn't get his Elder Scroll back.
He's so mad. He's
Let's
so
look at it
fucking
this way.
pissed.
It is not even important to the rest of your journey. But
I know, and he
you
knows,
miss-
but he's so mad about it.
yeah, you missed out. The mention of it is like it was the conversation between Taliesin and Orgnum. You guys were not there. Is that Orgnum does not want Hermaeus Mora getting his hands on that thing.
Boo. Pussy.
So he's very much like, I am not giving that back.
You kissed me. It's
To be fair, I don't
mine.
think he wanted it in his hands either.
Yeah,
Well, look-
no, probably not.
On the bright side, is that an Elder Scroll goes where the fuck it wants, okay? It's
That's
probably not going to stay in his hands forever.
And just
He'll
as
probably
a-
stay for a bit to remain safe. Once the Void Crisis is over, gone.
So can it just randomly pop back into Glarior's backpack?
If it wanted to.
How do we convince?
Elder Scrolls are weird. They're fucking sentient in a way.
How do we convince the scroll to come back to its home to Glarior?
It won't.
Oh.
Points and laughs.
I will tell you now, it may not want to be held by the Malmer, but it sure as fuck don't want to be held by Hermaeus Mora.
Boo.
I just want to make a note. Taliesin did not talk about the Elder Scroll yet, so he just said the important things that matter at this point in time, which is getting shit done.
He doesn't want to make Glarior upset.
so that Caldrun
really
doesn't
upset.
die.
Mm-hmm.
Because Elder Scrolls, sure, but Caldrun dying, that's gonna be bad for everybody.
The world gets a new villain if Caldrun dies, and it's Glarior.
The world gets a
gives up
drunk ass
Surprise! Campaign 2's BBEG is Glarior.
God. Could you imagine? I can.
Mhm.
I can also sadly imagine it.
Oh, how the tables have
Yeah, I
tabled.
can.
Didn't
I
want to end
can.
up like his ancestor, ends up just like his ancestor.
Yeah, pretty much. Somewhere Higali is like, God fucking damn it!
It's like, fuck!
Because it's like, her best friend, Fennec, turns evil. Falnir, her other friend, turns evil. Now Glarior turns evil. Fuck! Is it me?
Am I the problem?
Am I?
So
I
real.
don't think I'm the problem. All right. With that, you guys do manage to get a long rest. It's like five gold a person. It's not, or not 5 gold, 5 silver. My bad. Not a very expensive place.
Tal would pay for everyone.
And it is not a pretty place. The beds are lumpy. The hay within the bed is just kind of
Well, I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be 3 gold for the party, just to confirm.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's luxury to Glarior. It's a bed.
And with that, you guys all get a long rest, and when you wake up, the water line is close to the thing, and you do see the docks, and you do see the sea serpent that brought you here. It's already getting ready to move on out.
Before I have a question. So in the like dwindling of the quote unquote night when we're about to rest, would it be possible to travel to where the disappearances occurred or no?
Yeah, it's possible.
Okay. How long would that take?
Not very. You guys are pretty much staying up against the shore right now.
Okay. Cool. So Tal would ask, because I'm asking this when we're about to take a long rest. Just anybody who is either awake or interested, if they would like to go with him. I'll ask this in character. I'm going to go and head to where the mayor, or whatever the fuck she is, told us where the disappearances happened.
Tiny raises his hand. Ooh, let me help.
Sure.
And he's going to throw his dice. So I'm using consult the spirit. So Taliesin, as he's going to this location, Tiny is going to ask, is there anything... How do I phrase this?
You're doing augury?
Yes. I don't
Okay.
have permissions. It always does this to me.
That's fine. I have augury brought up.
Okay, yeah. So it's basically you've seen him done this a few times before, but he pulls out his dice, or sorry, not dice, bones, throws it, and then after a minute he reads it as...
What is the question?
The question is there something to be found at the location the person went missing that will help us find the sloths we are looking for?
Wheel.
Tiny's like, yeah, it's good. Yeah, there is something, and then he like forgets. He kind of says it in his head when he does the question, and then he basically restates the question for Talon, and he's like, well, I think all of us might go, or all of us should go to help you look for something.
Right.
It doesn't have to be everybody.
Well, Taliesin also has the token, and we said we're not splitting the party.
I could also understand if you want to rest and this place is open to Tamrielans, so perhaps you won't get much of a stink eye here. Besides, there's not that many people in here either.
If you stay in your room, theoretically you should be fine.
Oh, okay. Well, Allison, if you feel that way, I mean, yeah, I guess I will just. I helped. Gives a thumbs up. I'll just stay in my room. Um, maybe I'll just call it a early night.
It's up to you, mate. That's why I'm
That's fine.
asking.
I helped. I believe in you. Spirit said, good luck.
Farron, Glario, Caldrun.
Sure, I'll come along. Better than being cooped up in here all day.
Sure.
If he's going, I'm going.
So basically everybody but Thruby.
One second. Yeah, he's like he said he's gonna stay in the room. He's gonna stay in the room. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll just go to sleep.
I think Alira would look at like the group of them about to head out and look back to Tiny, and she would just be like, "Well, wow, I am having the hardest time saying words today.
Words
If all
are
you are
hard.
going, then I'll stay here too. Just let us know right away if something happens."
Of course.
Will do.
It's just a short distance from the looks of it.
Even so, please don't take any risks.
You have my word. As much as I am a risk taker, this is not the time nor place.
Very well. Well, good luck then.
And that's when he would start walking out the door to X on the spot.
Okay. You walk out toward the X. And what you see is like a little offshore. By about 20 feet, you do see pens with juvenile sea serpents moving around in the water. And you also see what looks like next to you is empty crates that do smell of like fish and other things. Blood in it, both mammalian and of sea creatures. And you also see a pair of shoes discarded, half buried in the sand.
Is it just one pair or are there multiple pairs?
One pair. And they are women's shoes.
Farron looks very, quite pent up about that.
Mm-hmm. What do you want to do?
I would like to investigate, I guess the area around the shoes and the water to see if there's like a trail.
Okay. Roll investigation or survival.
God damn it.
Hard to tell. It's sand, it moves, it does weird things. If anybody else wants to try.
Farron is gonna walk up to the shore and see if he can suss anything out.
Okay. Roll investigation.
Hot diggity dog.
Hot diggity dog 29. It takes you not very long. You do see what looks like imprints in the sand of possibly windswept footprints leading into the water, and you get closer to the edge, and is that something floating in the water? Huh. Give me a sec, I'm trying to find something. And I'm having a tough time because I have so much shit on my end in, like, every single tab in existence, including this items tab. God damn it. Why can't I find anything anymore?
Because you have so many things when we go off the rails and you're like, here, let me distract you.
No, it's not even off the rails. This is something prepared. I'm just struggling finding it.
Take it down.
Like, I did purposefully, I just can't remember what I put it in, you know? The frick is it?
Either way, Farron is
Ah,
super
here it is.
invested in what happened to this mom.
Mm-hmm. Here it is. And you guys are like, Glarier, you and Caldrun are distracted. You're essentially clinging to Caldrun's. A whole thing. You were very worried about him, dying.
Yeah, he's not looking very hard.
Yeah. Taliesin, you're looking like near the pair of shoes and stuff in the boxes. So nobody is really paying attention at this moment to what Farron is doing. And Farron, it does look like a seashell necklace possibly bobbing in the water. It's about 10 feet out.
10 feet out. In that case, Farron is probably gonna like kick off his boots and try to tread through the water to gingerly take it in his hand.
Okay. You get out to your waist, and I need a wisdom saving throw from you.
Yes, ma'am. No boy.
You're charmed. You hear.
Uh-oh.
Ah, fuck.
As soon as your fingers reach out to touch this necklace and just lightly raise it, you hear, "Come closer. Good little Dunmer. You will make a great pet." And out of the corner of your eye, Taliesin, you see a bluish pink hue go around Farron's head.
How many feet
You
away
are-
from me is Farron?
Farron is about 3 feet into the water, currently up to the chest.
And how many feet is he away from me?
About 6 feet.
Oh, that's not far.
No.
I guess seeing
Currently,
the-
Farron, you are compelled to go into the water.
All right, and that's what's gonna happen.
Seeing him do this, Taliesin's gonna rush over, not even caring about like getting his boots off. He's Farron, and he's like rushing to stop him.
What are you going to do to try to stop him? There's a couple things you can do.
Well, he's going to wade into the water and try and grab his arm.
Swim. You don't hear this voice, Taliesin. This is just resonating in Farron's head.
Yep. His eyes are very glazed over, and yeah, he's just gonna follow every command that is given to him by the spectral voice.
Woo!
Unsure what's happening, Talzin is going to manifest his shadow to help him grab Farron and pull him back.
He's still swimming.
Can he not
Can I not grab him?
No, you have him.
Oh.
You,
Okay.
but he's still trying to swim out into the water.
Oh, just like trying. I get it now. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
just like trying and like in the arms, just like just like.
You get
Not-
a one-word command, Farron. Hit. You need to try and hit Taliesin.
He's just gonna fucking try to like elbow the fucking shade.
Roll an attack.
Hell yeah. Is that a 20? D20. Hey.
Nope, you're...
That misses the
you-
shade.
Yeah, that misses the shade completely. It should have actually included your strength modifier as well.
Ah, right. Which is
And it's
low.
an unarmed attack. If we go by 2024 rules, you're automatically proficient in unarmed attacks.
Yeah, my modifier is a 0.
Okay. What's your proficiency?
I thought we weren't going by
Efficiency.
2024 rules.
I got
For the most
simple-
part, there's some things that are actually quite easier in 2024 rules.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I think
I
it's
got-
the same in 2014 or
I got
2014, excuse me.
Yeah.
I got simple hand crossbow, longbow, rapier, short sword, short bow, long. No unarmed.
Yeah. Shockingly, you would be surprised. Nox is technically the only classes that are proficient in unarmed is like, I believe, barbarian, fighter, and monk in 2014. In 2024, everybody knows how to throw hands, because that would be really stupid if you don't know how to throw a punch. You
I
know?
don't think so, actually.
Wizards don't know how
no.
to throw a punch.
Someone from like 2022 cited the 2014 player handbook. You are proficient with your unarmed strikes,
It's true.
Oh, okay.
Just looked it
no
up.
matter who you are.
Okay. Never mind then. I have been proven wrong. Okay. Taliesin, you and your shade are starting to pull him back on shore.
Would I know? This is very much Crown
But
of
the
Madness, right?
spell is still not broken. You could still see the crown.
Okay. Would I know how to break Crown of Madness?
What's your passive arcana?
18.
18? Yeah. Damage, dispel magic, overriding that spell with another Crown of Madness.
Let me see. What do I got?
Don't listen to whatever insane command this guy's giving you. Listen to the insane command I'm giving you.
Anti-magic?
I don't think I have any anti-magic. I think at the same time, or rather, Taliesin is going to, or the Shade is, it's like reading through his thoughts. The Shade is going to like grapple Farron to hold him still, and Taliesin's going to headbutt him.
Okay. I need a athletics check from the both of you, or acrobatics.
Nah, I'm just gonna do athletics.
Where is double checking the Shade?
I could be mean and say you must use what you're best at.
I think it just has my stats. So
I'm a little too loopy to use my.
Matches? Yeah, you both are. You're not able to quite grapple on, but you're not able to quite get away, Farron. So you're still in the same position you were prior. You wouldn't know. You decided to stay back, Tiny, and sleep, so you don't know anything that's going on.
Oh no, that's player to player shouting. Sorry.
The guys are the gays are just fucking sitting there, just
Like, oh my god, do you see this? Munch, munch, munch.
Oh my god!
Somebody should do something.
So, oh no. So would like can excuse me. Should I
The gays are fighting again.
should I make a roll to like see if I have anything that could help in this scenario?
Yeah, by now you definitely would have seen it, and you would know that you need to either damage Farron, do Dispel Magic, or override the crown, or do Anti-Magic Field.
Okay. He takes
Yo.
damage no matter what
Oh.
happens
sweet.
here, so
Okay,
we'll
15.
take half of. Oh, that's a lot. Oops. Whatever. It's
Whoops.
fine. It's
Oh,
fine.
well.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's
We'll
fine.
It's
be
fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
fine.
Take half of that.
Okay. Fuck.
Get wrecked.
I'm trying to do the thing. I'm trying to apply the damage.
Well, half of 17 is 8. So just apply 8 damage.
69 health. Nice.
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 Pog.
You feel something strike through your head, and the voice fades. You're now out of the spell.
Yeah, all the reflections like come back to his eyes, and he's like,
But you have a pounding fucking headache.
So,
Oh, what?
question, is Glarior seen casting the spell? Is he making it obvious?
It is only a verbal component. He is muttering under his breath, and that is all you can see.
All right, you're still getting headbutted.
He's staring dead on at Farron.
Oh, it's just like Snape in that one scene.
Snape actually trying to keep Harry on the broom, even though it was
Yeah.
misinterpreted. Yeah.
Only because this is happening at the same time, and he is not focused on Glarior, so you're still getting headbutted, unfortunately.
Hell yeah.
Roll attack.
Plus 2 plus proficiency again.
Just
plus 4.
Yeah. You could just roll a strength check and then add your proficiency modifier if you're not proficient.
Yep.
And that's what, 1d4, right?
Yeah, 1d4.
So, like, literally at the same time Glarior
Bonk.
whispers this, you get a pounding headache. You get another pounding headache as Taliesin headbutts you.
Ah, my head! Ah, my head!
Ooh,
And
oh,
as you snap out of it and look up, you do see movement in the water moving off quick into Pura Bay. And it's gone within 10 seconds flat.
Jesus Christ.
It's a fucking slope! They live underwater! What'd you expect?
Not 10 seconds flat. All the way to Pura Bay.
Well, you guys technically are on the shore of Pura Bay, so...
Oh shit, I thought you were talking about Piran. I'm stupid. I just saw Piran right there. Yeah.
There's Pirabe, and then there's Piran.
Seeing... Does Farron not look hypnotized anymore?
Yeah, Farron does not look hypnotized, but goddamn does he have a headache.
And he's highly confused. He has no idea what the hell just happened.
Shit. You're right.
Actually, I want to say you have a name in your head.
Well, I mean, other than my head hurts, I guess I'm okay, but what the hell happened?
I don't entirely know. You were going to go walk towards the water, and all of a sudden you just started swimming out to the fucking sea.
Well, I remember seeing something in the water. It was like a necklace, and I just went to go get it, but... Oh, my memory's fuzzy. I think it was a voice.
He grabs onto you, and the shadow disappears.
Fern is trying to desperately remember what the voice, or like the name associated with the voice was.
You do have the name in your head. I messaged it to you.
Let me see.
It should be on the tabletop.
Oh, right. Zuthranas?
Zuthranas.
Strange name. Strange name.
It's almost like it's a slowed name.
Aaron doesn't know slowed names.
And it was Caldrun, Talzin, and Gloria that saw the thing, like, rush off, right?
Yes. It was very big.
Well,
You saw the wake it left as it rushed off.
considering that whatever you probably found was the sloat itself, I'm just glad I got you in time.
Thought it might have belonged to the mother.
Maybe.
Your finger did slightly graze the necklace before your mind was overtaken.
I don't really know how slows work. This is just confusing.
Well, Crown of Madness is it's a spell that takes control of your mind for a short time, and whatever happens to you, they basically can control you for a short period. If they don't, you just kind of go mad around your surroundings, hence the name. Controlled you to jump in the water, controlled you to attack me and fight back, and thankfully I was able to get it off of you before any damage happened or before you bloody disappeared.
Like a guardian angel, I suppose. Thank you.
Don't mention it. I'm just glad you're alright. And he lifts you up and walks you back over to where you dropped your shoes.
The good
He's
news
very-
is you did find out something. Aha.
He's very wobbly, but he will return to shore.
Farron, come here.
He'll be like, oh, okay. And walk over to Glarior.
He wants you to steal something from the Dragonborn again.
No,
So
he's
this
gonna have to politely.
amulet- No.
He's gonna politely decline.
Okay, so it's not amulet this time, it's bracelet.
Well, now that
Look,
it's
I'm
bracelet,
trying
okay.
to start. I'm trying to start a jewelry company, and it's all the Dragonborn's jewelry.
Okay,
It's
so
very niche.
I already have Bar, but if you could get the engagement ring.
I forget, how tall is Farron?
Like 5'2".
Okay, not much taller than Clarior. He stares at you. Looks like between both eyes, like he's comparing something. And then, sorry, and then shakes his head.
You're fine.
Thanks. He's just like gonna shuffle away awkwardly.
What were you doing?
He's gonna turn to Tails. What was that?
He looks at Farron, then looks over to Glarior. Trying to see if any magic lingers.
No. I cast a spell over him
Oh. Oh shit.
to break him out. Usually it would frighten someone, but I suppose it didn't do that this time.
That why my head hurts worse than usual?
Yes.
Ah, fuck, I'm sorry.
It's fine. Nothing a little wine later can't fix, I suppose.
Okay, we got that stone. Thank you, Glario. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Are we
thank
done?
you. I guess so. I don't plan on doing another dive, that's for sure.
Not here, at least. What did you say, Nox?
No, Glare was just like, are we done?
We done yet? I want to go home.
Real.
There's a giant tuft of Java fur on my bed. Had to go
The hell, Java?
I think that's enough of investigating for today. We came out with more than we bargained for. So, at least we have a name. And witnessed firsthand how fucking fast those big bastards are.
And how we got people into the water.
I just keep thinking of getting the water.
You don't recognize the bodies in the water.
I don't. I'm not from here.
Mm. Anyways.
Now we
You
go
know?
back and take that long rest.
Now you go back and take that long rest. And as your long rest ends, this is where we'll pick up next time.
Hot diggity.
Hot diggity indeed.
Hot diggity.
Hot diggity.
Hot diggity
I-
demon.
You almost lost Farron.
Hot calm.
You would have it would have been a wheel and woe at that point.
Mm,
Would have been really funny.
No, not my pretty boy boyfriend.
So
Yeah.
Alera wanted to do something.
What would that be?
We can
There you
also
go.
play it for next time. It was just, like, I thought we were just gonna type at each other while, you know, they were off doing stuff, and then that stuff happened.
Just a nice slow. If it's a nice slow RP, you guys could do that after stream if you want. It'd be like a nice little sweet RP between you two. Meanwhile, out on the shore, people are wrestling with Farron, who wants to drown himself.
Meanwhile,
fish.
Inducing
Yeah.
lobotomies.
I'm fine with that. I got time.
Finally.
Glarior
Yeah,
holds the
I'm
nail.
cool with that.
Talzin's head is the hammer.
Finally.
Cal's just here for moral support.
Calgin's
He's
here to
watch
make sure
his
it
husband
goes.
Perform.
Caldron's like, no, wait, I want to see if a Dunmer can breathe underwater.
He's here with the ice pick.
He's the one supplying the ice pick.
Yeah.
See, I get the ice pick lobotomy this time. I get
See,
it.
you do get the lobotomy. I don't see what the problem is now.
It's mine.
Perfectly enough. Back when lobotomies were a thing, that's how they cured gay.
Yay!
Yeah, making us
Right in
fucking
the eye and
comatose.
swirl it around.
Okay, I have Silimir's ice pick. I can't remember what he used it for, but here you go.
I didn't know
He
Cylinder
used
was
it to
Volo.
erase your memory.
Surely not lobotomy.
I can't remember exactly what it was used for. Yeah, it's like my brain's missing.
Interesting.
That's very interesting, Caldrun.
Weird.
Tell me more.
There's holes in my brain.
There's holes in my brain.
Hey guys, I have Cylinder's lobotomy pick. I oddly can't remember what it's for, but I do feel like I have holes in my brain. This is so weird.
Soul,
Yeah,
I'm
for some
begging
reason-
you. Make that an item.
For some
You
reason,
guys fight Cylinder and kill him and pull Cylinder's lobotomy.
fucking,
All right.
for some reason, Fit called me Swiss brain.
But oh boy, the shit you guys found out today is that Cylinder is a jealous bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
Probably
the
could've
organs
gathered
got all the
Hey,
tea.
Hey, do you want some experience?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's 3 experience. I'm
Oh.
kidding.
Wow.
Oh,
You don't
that...
level. I'm kidding. You do level. Congratulations on level 13, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will now gladly announce you are in the territory to start fighting anchorites.
Scared.
Yeah, I now
Well,
have an
I mean-
extra attack.
Well, I mean, they
Woo!
were already in the area to attack Anchorite. It was me.
True.
That's
Look.
my job.
Look, I was about to say, look, the penis is not a sword.
What? Huh?
Haven't you heard of sword
That's
fighting?
not the type of fighting I'm talking about.
It can be
I'm-
if you try hard enough, Soul. What do you mean?
You're not touching tips.
Okay.
All right. On a different note, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Thank you, Manaki Lupo.
Remember, if you like what you see, follow us on Twitch, subscribe to YouTube, and you'll see more content like this.
And next week, I am sorry for all the coughing. Next week, hopefully, I'll sound a little bit better.
Hopefully.
Also, I did DC. Woo!
Hopefully.
Yippee. No storm problems. Anyway,
Ooh.
you all have a wonderful evening. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye, besties.
Bye.
Hi.
Alright.